Damn, good looking out. I've been sitting here talking to myself again. What the hell? So, what I was saying was, good evening, Macheads and Maniacs, newcomers. And I was saying, I don't know what the hell I said. But anyway, I know I want to tell you guys a few things. One being, I try to share information with you guys and give you guys um, just some game from my personal experience from me being here on Earth and and just things that I think of. I like to say common sense. But with that said, I want to say uh, I want you guys to give a prayer out to Fitzgerald Jr. Fitzgerald contacted me this morning and he's suffering from COVID and he's not doing well. But I know he'll get over it. I know he'll come through just like so many others have. And especially with you guys' prayers. So to my man Fitzgerald, man, you get better. And if you're watching, man, know that we with you, know that we behind you, and we trust and believe that you will be better. So yeah, y'all prayer warriors, y'all go on and give it up for Fitzgerald now or tonight when you go to bed, whenever you feel is appropriate, and in whichever way you want to handle that. So amongst other things, I want to talk about Cutes and his knowledge. A lot of people hit me in the last 48 hours talking about Cutes has so much information, so much knowledge, and he speaks so well. Absolutely. I've been trying to tell y'all that. You know what happens? Some people just aren't comfortable in front of the camera or the microphone. And then once they get comfortable, it comes natural to them. Another thing is when you first get in front of cameras and microphones, for some of us, it's new to us. And our thoughts just aren't that clear and we don't really know how to express them. But after you do this for so long, you start getting it. And when you go to bed at night or when you're at work or you're working out, you exercise, and you start thinking of how you could have uh, gave a better spiel or how can you become more comfortable in front of the mic. And so, hey, what up, Kelly Kiss? What up, Kim? I know we don't get snow like you guys get out there, but that hell was something else. And no, I wasn't scared. I loved it, actually. I went out there and let the hell hit me all upside the face and wet up my cell phone. But, my sister threw me off. But anyway, I've been telling y'all, man, Cutes is a good dude. And what happens a lot of times with myself and my homeboy, Smack, is we joggle people's memory. And so people can't really open up because their brain won't allow them to. But when it becomes repetitive and they start going over old things and they mind starts to expand and open up and all those old things in the back of their brain start coming back to the forefront. And so that's why Cutes got all these stories and can tell them so well. But he speaks well. He definitely, however he got educated, he educated himself well or got educated behind the bars real well. So he can express himself real good. And that's what I was telling you about Mumpy. See, Mumpy is a different type of individual. He's so far and beyond most of these older guys because his speech and his spiel, his thoughts, his train of thought, everything is just so good that it's almost perfect. And he don't speak out of line. He don't speak out of character. So that's what I like about Mump. But anyway, something else I want to say, and these next few things are not related, although they may seem related. Don't start drawing conclusions, but something Mump shared with me, and I've been sharing with a lot of people, is that when you see somebody do an interview, I don't care if it's on TV, I don't care if it's in a documentary, I don't care if it's on KM Video live streams or kevmacvideos. If it doesn't harm you and it doesn't stop you from making no money, then don't let it bother you. Let people say what they want to say. It shouldn't bother you. You shouldn't have to criticize other people and hate on other people because they said something you didn't like or may have exaggerated or made a mistake or told a lie. Let people do what they do. In the end, If they make a fool of themselves, that's on them, man. That ain't on you. That ain't on Kev Mac. That ain't on nobody else. None of these networks that's showing these documentaries or anything else. Just let them people be. Because when you criticize, when you start pointing fingers, you already know it's going to be several fingers pointed right back at you. And I'll give you an instance without saying no names. He know who he is, but somebody texted me this morning. You know how us niggas are from California, from Southern California. We wake up grouchy. So I wake up and the first text I read is about somebody that was on this show recently. So I'm already bothered. I'm waking up already bothered, like a woman on her period. So I'm like reading the text and I get back at him and let him know that he told me and Melly Mel some things about somebody as well that turned out not to be true. So he was saying whether he was serious or joking, he said he should have been on the platform. So I'm letting him know, even if you come on the platform, homie, you gonna say something somebody gonna criticize as well. So be careful when you start criticizing people over something that didn't have nothing to do with you. He didn't step on your toes. He didn't put you down. So just let people be, man. If someone wants to get on live streams and make a fool of themselves, let them. That's what I'm here for. I let you guys get in front of the camera and make a fool of yourself all day. Because if the Macheads and Maniacs think you a joke, they going in on you in the comment section. And so if they see it and I see it, everybody else viewing this video seeing it. Just let them make a fool of themselves, man. They ain't got nothing to do with you. And it shouldn't have nothing to do with me because this is the live stream channel. You guys are welcome to come on here. The kevmacvideos channel is something different. I take that more serious, and that has an actual meaning behind it. I mean, that stuff, it speaks for itself. It's going to be legendary one day. So just go ahead. Don't worry about the smoking. That's been a topic of conversation lately too, but we're not going to address that, man. Copying is a nice form of flattery, bro. It's no big deal, man. I didn't create this type of stuff, man. If they like my line of questioning, so be it, man. But I didn't make up journalism. I didn't make up talking about gangs. So it's all good. So the next thing I want to say before I play King Real was Deshaun Watson. A lot of people, I don't know why, I'm not into sports talk, but a lot of people want to know my thoughts on Deshaun Watson. My take is this, and you guys already know this. There's a lot of athletes that got a lot of women. So yeah, he probably messed around with a lot of women. He probably got a lot of women up under his belt. Do I think it was a conspiracy? Not really, probably not. But what I do think is a lot of them women that he's accused of messing with, a lot of women that he probably slept with on a regular, they're probably feeling like they're about to lose a check. Like, this trick is getting ready to lose town. How I'm going to get paid? Like, I'm used to having my rent paid and driving a new car and, going out in nice clothes. I'm not going to have that no more. I got to find somebody else. So that's probably why they're stepping up with these allegations, whether false or true. They don't want him to leave, and they feel slighted, and so they're going to tell on him. But then you also have the ownership. The ownership probably in all them girls' ears telling them to step up. Ownership is probably encouraging them girls to put him out there because they mad at him as well. So on to King Real, man. King Real has a new album coming out with 9 songs on it. And that's what I thought about Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? Sir Woods, you have to pay attention, man, unless you came in late. What up, Devil? What's happening, man? A lot of people like your interview, Devil. A lot of people contacted me and said you did good. Of course, they all had a but. The good thing is the but wasn't about you, Devil. The but was about other people. Cutes being on, other guests being on, other people in Linwood. But yeah, Devil, you got a 10 out of 10 as far as people that got at me. Everybody loved you, Devil. They loved your interview. And quite a few people want you to come back. they want to hear you again. So yeah. So here go one of the two songs King Real wanted me to play for you guys. Oh, you gotta excuse me. I got the wrong. I got my speakers in the living room playing instead of the speakers in on the computer. So give me a second. You know I'm always mess something up. Like you could lie on me and say I get high and people believe it because my mind be somewhere else sometimes. But I'm good at figuring stuff out real quick though. So let me find my speakers and put it. Damn, it says it's connected to this though. That don't make sense. So I'll disconnect the other one. And now let's see if it play. Walking to the party, put some drink up. All right, King Real. That was one of them. And here go another one. So I wanted to be a master burglar. I wanted to be like them dudes. I wanted to be able to get up in a house and empty that motherfucker and take everything of value out that motherfucker. It's like I was always trying to get even with the devil. Okay. Feds was after me after a robbery in 94. Robbed some niggas shit and got the money, now it's time to go. This is Kev Mac and I've been grinding in the hood for show. Feeding all the fiends what they needed, though I'm robbing you. Started out with Roscoe in the whip, we in the city, man. Copping out the crib because we heard there's plenty money. Damn, coast is looking clearer, so we headed to the front door. Popped the dope and looking through the house until we find dope. See the cameras looking, so I gotta find a video. Found a motherfucker, so I grab him and continue on. Headed to the bedroom, Roscoe kicking the dope. See two bodyguards on the bed, they looking froze. People not they rich, they got the Rolex and the ice on. Told the motherfuckers take it off and lay the fuck down. I ain't playing with you, I will shoot you if you don't think about the consequences or you dying like a hoe. This is Kev Mac, homie, I'm a real crip. I've been the G up in the trenches and I pull licks. I got my stripes up on the pavement, this is real shit. So when I tell you I done it, man, I mean this. This is Kev Mac, homie, I'm a real crip. I've been the G up in the trenches and I pull licks. I got my stripes up on the pavement, this is real shit. So when I tell you I done it, man, I mean this. Strip the bodyguards butt naked, then we kick them out. They in the backyard with the dogs, now we out. Before we go, I see a Jaguar in garage. I'm looking through it in the truck, 180 large. But there's no time for it, gotta go and hit the road. We made it back a clean getaway and now we home. But fast forward, now the feds on the nigga's tail. We on a slow speed chase on the road, man. My daughter with me, she is free, so I hold her tight. The ghetto bird is flying low in every cop in sight. Arrested me and now I'm facing over 10 years. My mom's heartbroken, wishing that I did right. This is Kev Mac, homie, I'm a real crip. I've been the G up in the trenches and I pull licks. I got my stripes up on the pavement, this is real shit. So when I tell you I done it, man, I mean this. This is Kev Mac, homie, I'm a real crip. I've been the G up in the trenches and I pull licks. I got my stripes up on the pavement, this is real shit. So when I tell you I done it, man, I mean this. This is Kev Mac, homie, I'm a real crip. I've been the G up in the trenches and I pull licks. I got my stripes up on the pavement, this is real shit. So when I tell you I done it, man, I mean this. This is Kev Mac, homie, I'm a real crip. I've been the G up in the trenches and I pull licks. I got my stripes up on the pavement, this is real shit. So when I tell you I done it, man, I mean this. King Real. Yeah, that was King Real, man, from the album entitled The Life and Times of Kev Mac. Um, he got a lot of stuff mixed up in that song, but it was fire. My daughter wasn't 3; she was only 1. Um, the low speed chase was nothing to do with the robbery. That was being on the run. But anyway, he put it together fire. He pushed you there, like you there. Like I'm reliving it when he speaks this stuff, man. It's just a trip to see how he puts it together. Local, I dropped a link in there for you, man. And Miss 702, we know how you love links. And we're not talking about hot links. Um, but there it is. Let me see who's blowing me up. Somebody watching. Okay. That's funny and that's real. Oh, real talk. But anyway, man, plane tickets are cheap right now, man. I think I'm gonna start flying around the United States until the tickets go back up. I'm about to hit a few states. May as well, right? They cheap. They cheap as hell. Shit. Cheaper than a damn Uber riding around Vegas. Loco's cool. Loco's watching. And Loco got his show coming on right after this one. So after this one, I'm going to go on over to Loco's channel and join him. Loco Vision. For those that don't know, I'm licensed in Texas, but I can sell life insurance anywhere. Sound like a winner. I don't have any questions though. Boy, you sure was on that 8-7 stuff. You wasn't listening, but you sure was asking questions. Pay me no mind. Like Cute's the only one that got answers. I get it. I get it. But all your aunties and all them people you talk about, your family members, they should have given you them answers already. That's their neck of the woods. That's their area. Patrick Wolford, good looking out, bro. Something to watch late night. That's right. Good looking out, bro. Appreciate it. Henny God, good looking out, man, for the advertisement. Appreciate it. Of course, we appreciate you, Patrick. What's up, living that square life? Man, ain't nothing wrong with that life. I wish I chose that life a lot sooner. Oh, shit. Yeah, I knew you had a question.
Listen, none of them old people take me seriously. They take me about as serious as you guys do, okay? They be
We,
like, yeah, 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 go sit down, West Side Girl.
we take you serious. That's why we answer all your questions.
Yeah, because you don't know. People don't realize. Like, you always meet chicks that say, oh, this my family. I know everything. You don't know everything. I didn't grow up on the East Side.
I didn't either, but hey, you could still get the answers to your questions. That's my only point.
Well, that's a good question. So I grew up on Crenshaw. Sound like you come from the Crenshaw district too, right? From
No,
the
you
60s
you
area.
actually sound like you grew up in Palisades.
Nah, I grew up in the bottoms. How about that? But
Wait, wait,
like
wait,
how
wait,
did
wait,
you
wait, wait,
learn
wait.
all the
Time
East
out,
Side
time out.
stuff?
You grew up in the bottom.
I
You're
knew
talking
you
about
was gonna
Crenshaw
pause
Mafia,
on
right?
that. Yes.
Okay. All right, just making
But
sure.
I'm not that though. I'm not that
I mean, I
though,
don't care
okay?
what
I
you are.
would be disowned for being that. So no.
You're a
No, no,
black
no.
woman. I don't have a problem with where you grew up or none of that stuff.
Yeah, the only gang I'm a part of is Jesus Christ gang, okay? But
I
how did you
understand.
learn about all the East Side stuff? How did you learn? Because they don't accept people over there. People might not know that about LA, but it's very hard to be accepted over there.
I never said I was accepted over there. Now you said that. I never said that. Just being part of the culture and knowing the politics and knowing allies and enemies and going to jail and prison. So it's a good thing you don't know all that stuff because I mean you probably had to live some type of life like I did.
I always say there's two chicks from LA. There's like the chick that's a gangbang encyclopedia, and there's just a chick that's from LA. You know what I'm saying? You don't know
I don't,
everything.
I don't know about a gangbang encyclopedia. I think what you're trying to say is there's women in LA and then there's hood rats in LA. I think that's what you're
Oh
trying
my
to say.
gosh, Kevin Mac. Oh
I mean,
my gosh.
some women just get around. Like they live in Blood Hood, they mess with all Crips. They live in Crip Hood, they mess with all Bloods. You know how it go. That's just LA.
Yeah, you put that so nicely. You put that so nicely. But let me ask you about you because I'm catching up on you too, so I'm totally unbiased, right? Did you have a plan for all these things? Because I'm from LA, like you're from LA, so you're like kind of inspirational. Did you have a plan for all these products and everything that you do, or did it just happen?
Um, I used to just document stuff just because I didn't know what I was going to do with it or none of that. But I told this story once before. My brother was in YTS, and he wrote me a letter. I may have the letter, I may not have the letter, but I know I had it for a long time. I done moved a few times now, though. But he told me, he said, if you're going to be part of something, you need to know about it. You need to know the history of it. And that always resonated with me. Then comes my partner, Baby S Mac. He was like a young square looking to take that next step, getting a lot of trouble. He used to ask a lot of questions. Back then, it wasn't cool to ask questions. So people would talk about him. And, I always been the type of guy, if you know me, always been the type of guy like, wait, hold up. That's the homie and take his side. And so I would let everybody know he cool, he's straight. And so once I went to prison and met a lot of the big names that I'd heard of, never met them, only heard of them because they've been in prison before I was gangbanging. So I'm talking to them, talking to Bloods from Swans and all that. I'm learning. And so when I got out of prison, I figured this is how I could answer Smack's questions. I could ask the people that I know. So I would ask them. Of course, they didn't think it was no funny business because they already knew me. And so at that time, still, I'm talking about 1997, 98. We didn't know what we was going to do with it. We just learning. Then, of course, the films come out. We just filming because you having a good time and you want to look at it, get drunk, get high, and watch it next week or the next day for the people that didn't come or the people that was busy doing something else and didn't really know what was going on at a function. And boom, we come to hear where we at now. Of course, in 2005, I kicked off the magazine, and we talked about that many times over. That was just something to give all the homies and the comrades in prison something to look at and read. The pictures, the articles. We had inmate mails so they could participate in it. They could give history of their hood if they wanted to, and so forth. And some of the guys like Papa T from Pueblos and Big H, Timothy Cornegay from Harlem, a couple people became part of the magazine and wrote articles in the magazine. And so now they home, they out. Well, Papa T unfortunately went back. But it was just loving the culture, loving where we came from and wanting to shed light on the truth. Because so many years the Europeans have wrote about us and told misinformation. Um, and I just wanted to correct some of that shit. But no, it wasn't no real plan until I came out with the magazine. Even the videos, I was interviewing people back then. I didn't know what I was going to do with the videos. I just wanted to be able to look back over it and get the information right. You feel me? You still there?
No, I'm still here. Something that you said a couple of live streams ago is you said something to the extent, I'm probably not quoting you well, that you don't want to hear females talk the game banging stuff. You rather hear a female's perspective about how these things affected her life, right?
Right.
And I want to say, because I didn't grow up on the east side, it was a whole lot of things I did not know, right? And now I'm coming more into the know. I mean, I remember hearing things, but these videos make it more real, right? And I feel like when it comes to gang banging, I don't want to talk about it like I lived that life because I didn't. But when we mention names, we've talked about names, as a person related to a lot of people, It doesn't it wasn't a lifestyle that felt good, and it's not anything I would choose to be a part of, but I do respect the history of it and the culture of it, although it's not my direct culture. Does that make sense?
It make sense, but when I talk about those type of women, I'm really talking about women that were really involved in it. Women
Mm.
that there's women that been shot and stabbed. There's women that done lost boyfriends to this, sons and daughters. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about squares like you that grew up in the bottoms and just want to know the history of it. I'm talking about
But
real
I do have to
participants.
be precautious. Like when I first moved to Vegas and someone took me to an all red house party and there was a female in there and she was pointing out every single family member. She was like, "Oh, that's her uncle and that's her big cousin. That's her." And all of them are looking at me and I just moved to Vegas and I'm like, "Oh my God. Oh my God." So I do have to be precautious and know enough, but that's not a lifestyle we choose, no.
Nah, it's definitely not a lifestyle to choose. Not now, if ever. But
Right.
it was a time where it just seemed cool. But like this is what I mean by it seemed cool. Ice Cube came out with that song a long time ago. You go to the county, it's just like a party because you know everybody. Them was them was fun times. Them was times when you went to jail and you could actually make money in jail and have fun, and you wasn't worried about no racial riots or no other race tripping because we ran that. And so you see homies you went to high school with, junior high school with, you see homies from your hood, and it'd be so many of y'all really didn't even have to trip off no enemies because you know what I'm saying? But yeah, them was the days. But nowadays it's way different. It's a lot different. They
Don't
giving
you
out
feel it's like a major generational gap though? Because like from my parents' generation, they didn't know what was going to become. They didn't
did
know it
you,
was going to be like this.
did you
Y'all
just
generation is like the last generation of like real people. People my age, it was like wiped out by then. Look at the bottoms. Where are the Crenshaw Mafia? They're not even there no more. Everybody then got killed.
did
So
you
many
just
people
pull an
died just right
OGQ?
away.
Did you pull the OGQ on me and just cut me off and took over the show and
I'm
should come on and be the
sorry.
host? Just
It's
come host the show. I mean, damn. You
sorry.
ask the
But
question,
it's true
tell
for
and answer.
Crenshaw. It's a major generational gap.
Um, maybe, but a lot of things like when people say that, to me, it's a little disrespectful to the youngsters because a lot of the stuff they're doing is the same thing we did. There's just more. There's a more of a variety of drugs to use now. Of course, they dress different and they do some things different, but murder is the same thing. Last time I checked. Um,
Mhm.
and even the color thing and the disrespect, the ignorance, is still the same to me. We just, like I said, we just did it a lot cooler. We was more smoother with it and more respectful with it. But there was bodies are still being taken for no reason, just like back in the day. You
But
know,
do you feel you and Loco for Texas and for you? Do y'all feel like y'all have more peers that are still around? Because I feel like my generation got wiped totally out. Like there's only a handful of people left.
how old are you?
I'm 37. So all of us who graduated in like 2000, 2001, us first millennials, like so many people are gone already.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have died, but
Hmm.
maybe because I come from a neighborhood with a large membership, there's still a lot of people still around.
Yeah, everybody. That's I agree. I'd say the same thing with 702. A lot of the
Right.
people are still around. A few of them have passed on, but not significant enough numbers to really trip out on that.
Right.
But Kevmac is familiar. My side of Crenshaw, where I grew up, is like wiped out. Like not even there no more.
So you saying they lost the wars?
Thank you, Rich.
I'm not, heck no, I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm not making any controversial statements. I'm just saying I feel like the older generation has lasted a little bit longer. my generation and younger, it just seems like they come out and they're gone like so quickly.
I don't know. I can't give you the real answer to that. I know a lot of people have moved outside the LA city limits.
Oh
You
yeah,
got
that's a big factor too.
Yeah, you got people in San Gabriel Valley, San Fernando Valley, Pomona, everywhere, Rialto, everywhere. And then, of course, Hawthorne. There was one point where everybody moved to Hawthorne. Like when you go to
Mhm.
Hawthorne, you'd be like, "Where you at?" Just say, for example, I'm on Hawthorne and 125th. Whose hood is that? Well, shit, I don't know. What you mean you don't know? That's somebody hood. Shit, it's a Hoover living next to a A-Tray gangster, next to a Broadway, next to a 60, next to a East Coast. Everybody live there.
It's a whole gumbo
Yeah,
in
it was.
Hawthorne.
I don't know about nowadays, but it was big gumbo back then.
Well, since you want to talk about the South Bay, I have one more question, and then I'm gonna let you and Loco take care of real business.
Oh, thank you. We
Is
appreciate that.
what is it called? Hearth on Pyru? Is Hearth on Pyru a real gang? Because I used to hear about them in high school, and I used to be like, "Is this a real gang?"
Let me ask you a question. Do they have fake gangs?
I don't know, but I only heard like two people really claiming that. So I'm like, okay, is it just you two? Like, just two of y'all?
Uh, well, I don't know, but yeah, Hawthorne Pyro was a real gang. And I want to
Okay.
say something too, because I made a mistake the other night when Big Devil was on here. Let me see.
Bye, Loco. Praying for you and your dad. You have a good night.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, you take it easy, Miss 702. I met Psycho from 211. I met Psycho up at the studio in Linwood. I forgot about that. So that was one of the 211s that I met, but I also ran across some back in, I believe, in the 90s. I ran across some. Didn't meet them, but ran across some. But yeah, shout out to Psycho from 211. Uh, you're going to have folks on you, Miss 702, for real.
Yeah, man. Kev, what's going on with you, bro?
Nothing much, man. It just seemed like we going through the same shit we was going through last year. It seemed like everybody's down right now. And it's crazy because I was so down last year, and now here I am, like I'm feeling good right now. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time leaving town in 12 months.
Right.
So
You excited, huh?
a little bit. I mean, shit feel like I'm just getting out of prison, going back to the hood or something.
Right, right. Hey, what was I gonna tell you, bro? But you told me about Red being in Texas.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be there tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here.
My nigga, I got my nigga, he go hard right there and starting lineup right in the same little area right there, actually closer to you. It's
Mhm.
on Desert End right there.
Well,
And
let me know where it's at.
yeah, he the homie, man. That nigga, it's a dude inside there, African man, cut hair, Sammy. Go hard in the mug, man. You'll end up probably messing with Sammy before Red. Yeah. So
I like red because you
yeah,
got a woman touching on you, and I like her breathing in my ear and shit. Feel like I'm in bed and shit. She be,
yeah, yeah, no, red breed different, nigga.
yeah, yeah, she breathed different. But
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 then
then
red when you lay back, when she said, "Baby, lay back," and you lay your head back, she be massaging your head and shit. I'll be like, nigga, like I'm getting a haircut and a massage at the same time, nigga, 2 for 1.
oh, she's a master barber. Don't have no bumps or nothing like that. She gonna stop and do them professionally. Pop them, put the stuff on them, and oh yeah, she cold. But look, I turn around and wrap you in the head with some clippers too, right in your eyeball. Damn, man, damn, man, chill out. She's like, I'm sorry, baby. Man, god damn.
That's just like her too. Sorry, baby.
Yeah, every time I come in here, I leave out here with scars and bruises and shit. But it be fresh though. I be fresh, my hair fresh, but I done got to cut my face up. Damn.
Look like you got beat up every time you leave the barber.
Yep. Well, so what was last night? I passed on out, man, bro. I had been up all day. Cutes, what did y'all end up talking about last night? You remember?
Good looking out, Black Warrior Spirit. No, and that's a great question. I actually don't remember what we talked about last night.
Whoa.
Was last night when Big Devil came on? If that was it, Devil laced us on Pope Street, and I can't remember what else we talked about other than football. We talked about the 49ers and the Cowboys and Pittsburgh. That's what we talked about. Who do you think Terry Bradshaw would be in would be in your top 3 greatest quarterbacks of all time?
Never.
Exactly.
Not
That's
a
what
chance.
we said. We all agreed on that, but the comment section, you got a lot of Steelers fans that, that disagree with us. But
What? No. Terry Bradshaw, he don't stand out to me as
was
like.
was Troy Aikman better than Terry Bradshaw?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said. Let's see, Pope Street history and railroad jobs. Okay, we talked about felons getting jobs in LA. Good looking out, Smokey. Yeah, they like Devil though, man, because he didn't have no equity. He didn't talk stupid, no ignorance. Just came and did what he was supposed to do. Laces on Pope Street and had intelligent conversation. But what got me, somebody said, "Oh man, Kev got Devil on here. He's happy." Nigga, I was smiling because this nigga talked about gambling, sports, and Crip history.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was like in heaven. The only thing I needed now was a big fat one sitting up here coming all over the desk.
That nigga that cuff.
You know it. You already know I got to throw that part in there. But yeah, Devil was a cool brother, man. Humble. And he knew his shit. Like, wasn't no, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he got laced when he was young because if he was going to do it, he wanted to know about it.
That's right. Yeah, he seemed intelligent. Seemed cool.
Yeah, he was cool, man.
Yeah, man. Other than that, man, shit. Yeah, so man, you gonna be out there for a little bit, or you got a few?
No, I'm just go get some interviews and come back. I mean, that's what I plan on doing. So look, Lo, what you got going on your channel tonight?
Nothing.
You just going on like me, freestyle?
Well, I was gonna go on, but now that we on here, we might as well go ahead and complete it here, man, tonight. I'll just go on tomorrow night. I'm kind of high off the damn Percocet, man, for pain for my tooth. And this damn thing got me looking crazy like I'm looking right now.
Good looking out, Eric. Appreciate it. Yeah, well, it don't matter. I brace myself for not a too long of a show, but whatever.
Yeah, but shit. There's plenty going on, man, to discuss, man. Plenty going on. I know you're probably tired of talking about Deshaun, but 14 allegations against you, man. Something's going on.
Is that high now? Well, out of respect for him being a brother and us being men and, everybody else in entertainment or sports, I didn't want to just point fingers at him or blame him for nothing. And then you know how women are. And that's why I said some of them realize they're not finna get that money no more.
Yeah.
But some allegations might turn out to be true, man. Look how Trump got away with shit. And some of them other dudes, Cuomo and a lot of other people done got away with shit.
All right. Oh, they said 16 allegations now.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that boy in trouble. Doing, in Texas, man. And then, so, I'll be willing. He got a bad lawyer, though. Rusty Harden, one of the best. He got that real deal. He got Johnny Cochran of Houston.
Man, when you got real money, that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elgin Baylor, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, Elgin Baylor. He'll get about 20 years for that. Yeah, even with that lawyer, Texas don't give a damn about no lawyers, man.
Mm.
You'll beat it on appeal.
I think the Texas owner is behind setting up this show.
Yeah, because he want to get out of there, and they feel like he slapped him in the face. They ain't gonna back him up, but they probably ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think the organization is encouraging them, but I don't think they just making up some shit. I don't think they doing all that.
No, none of it's criminal, Dre James said anyway. So
Yeah, I see. But
yes,
how's it not? What sexual allegations aren't criminal? Was he just asking for some coochie or something?
I think it was at some type of spa massage
Oh
parlor.
shit! That nigga kept going back to the spot.
Yeah, it probably kept. It's probably for something like probably asking for sexual favors or wanting a happy ending or something. Probably sweating them.
Oh well, look. Well, two things here, because I don't know. I don't know about the case, but here go two things real quick. If it's all civil, then it's very likely it's not the ownership that's behind this conspiracy. And if it's all civil, that goes back to my point. Then women is thinking no more money, so hit them in the pocket so they could get that money they're gonna be missing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, you got to have a happy ending, man. The whole point of a massage is so your body feel good. How your body gonna feel good if you don't empty it? Come on now, you got to have that happy ending.
Got to. Better not. I stayed at the massage parlors in Vegas right there on DI, man. I ain't with that old happy ending stuff, man. It just seemed weird and getting all naked and all that. No,
Bro, you don't need a happy ending, nigga. You know how many baby mamas you got?
that's what I was saying. I go in there for my massage. I fall asleep in that joint. Every time, nigga, I'm asleep. They be laughing.
Well, look, let me shoot back at you there. Well, I could just stay in my bed and go to sleep.
That's it.
I can sleep at home, my nigga.
Yeah. So you be going for the happy ending. Have you ever been turned down?
I'm trying to shoot the light on the ceiling out, my nigga.
Oh boy, you cold.
If I don't hit the ceiling with it wasn't no happy ending. I'm upset. I need to run that back. No, but that's why you got to get your tantrum massage or something that's gonna really have your body feeling good. But if you got a good massage and you happy, that's all that count.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's times you could be at home, nigga, and your neck is stiff or your shoulder's stiff. You get that rubbed out, you feel good. But I'm just being nice right now. I said what I said earlier.
Ain't no place like Vegas with the massage parlors lined up like that, man. It used to be cheap back in the game.
Don't let that dude in Atlanta find out.
Which one? Oh, the one that shot up.
The spas.
Yeah,
Boy, he have a good time in Vegas, won't he?
I'm trying to tell you, man. Right there by hot juicy crawfish, it ain't about 100 of them right there.
Big Devil said I had a lot of my homies hit me up and said I made it to the big leagues on KMB.
That's right.
Peggy Sue.
Yeah, Miss Pam.
Man. Look at Crystal.
Miss Crystal said she ain't had a happy ending in 7 years.
Time to go back. 7 years, lucky.
Yeah, that mass shooting over there in Boulder, Colorado, man. In this supermarket. You seen that? Killed 10 people.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, they say they off the hook in Colorado. Man, so what you do all day, man?
Oh, bro, I've been really just parlaying, man, cleaning up, just catching up on shit, running errands, trying
Yeah,
to get in case I have to burn off up out of here. That's it. Cool, man. That's it. Yeah, man. So you checked on God dang me, who else out there? Who's out there? What you
that
really?
weed kicking it up.
Oh man, I'm feeling good as a joint. I'm telling my man, my teeth been hurting so bad, but I'm so glad I got this here. When you really got pain, they don't said it don't work like you don't work on other everybody. That's for pleasure when they just want to get high off the shit. Man, I need this shit for pain, cat.
I heard that.
Thank you, Shug. Appreciate it. And boy say he can't wait to take that stimulus to Vegas.
To where?
To Vegas. He said he want to go spend that joint.
Vegas get everybody stimulus, man. Everybody from LA been coming out here.
It's all right. It's
A lot of,
crazy how that's set up.
it's a lot of people coming this Friday too.
Mm-hmm. March Madness sucks. I told you Gonzaga's gonna win it all.
They ain't won it all. Shit, you still got 4 Pac-12 teams in the tournament, man. Oregon might could beat them. Michigan.
Gonzaga is really West Coast, man.
So
Same thing.
yeah, man, I'm just saying that's a lot of teams that can still get with Gonzaga. They have to prove to me that they're gonna win it all.
Gonzaga got a semi-pro team over there, man.
Okay, semi-pro, barely beating bums. Not barely beating them, but having to wait to the end of the game before they take off on them.
You want to see some action. You want them to blow them out early and get it over with, huh?
If they supposed to be the best team in the league, yeah. But that's just me, local. That's just me.
I picked them. I picked them early. We talked about it. You picked Michigan.
Yeah, before Michigan's player got hurt, but I still think they're good.
But it cost you a little light fee to get out of that thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of rolled me kind of hard about Michigan.
So ain't nothing changed.
Who now?
Like I said, they still good. They still good.
You can pass on Michigan. We ain't gonna worry about Michigan. Who else can give?
Well, shit. One of your schools, Baylor, is a shit. Baylor play defense and offense.
They spotty. They ain't good as they were when Princeton was over there.
I'm not trying to get into an argument or a debate. My only thing is, I don't think Gonzaga will win it all.
Okay.
There's 15 other teams that's still in it. I think maybe 3 of them got a chance of beating them.
Okay. Hey, is Loyola Chicago one of them?
No, but they're a good team.
They're trying to win for that old lady, man. That old lady's that mascot lady. She's like 100 years old looking.
Yeah, but my thing is this. I'll contradict myself because the reason why I was talking about Gonzaga wouldn't win and then turn around and say Loyola Chicago could win, they got a good record too that didn't play nobody, but them dudes are really good. So they kind of like a weaker Gonzaga type of team. But anybody, man, you know how this March Madness is. Whoever show up on that day, man, and whoever don't show, you know how some of these teams get down. Like who did USC beat yesterday? Kansas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see how Kansas was looking shook. All they really had to do was stay on that game. Like they couldn't believe they were losing, and they just couldn't recover. And USC was looking like, boy, we gonna keep smashing. These fools looking lost like base here. We gonna keep smashing.
Yeah, Kansas sucked though this
Yeah,
year.
they was a higher seed.
Mhm. But
I asked Fitzgerald how did he catch it. He said he don't know how he caught it, but he said it's bad. He said he got it bad.
yeah,
But
Fitzgerald, man, it was terrible, man. My daughter had it,
man, yeah, my
He
daughter
got
had it
one
too.
good thing about it, where he down there in Alabama, man, them country people be knowing what to do, man. Sometimes,
Oh
and
yeah,
no remedies.
yeah. I don't know about a remedy for COVID though. It's messed up because then you got, family members don't too much want to be around you when you got it that bad. You got to kind of take care of yourself. Have them leave stuff on the porch, and you go open the door and get the stuff off the porch.
When they said they knew somebody who had it, he said it was worse than pneumonia. He was close to death for 2 weeks.
And that's been my whole issue. Like, I'm not no scientist. I'm not no doctor. I don't know what the hell COVID is really doing to people, or if it's really COVID. But I've always said from day one is that whatever it is serious. It's not just a common cold. That's what it's not. It's not a common cold.
It's taking my dad out, man. He can't talk no more.
So your dad got COVID?
He got COVID, man. He can't talk no more, and what else? He's paralyzed. He can't walk no more, and that bed was real bad, man. Shit from being, you know what I'm saying. So it's bad, man. It's all bad, homie.
Yeah, it is bad. Like I say, the way it's killing people, it ain't no common cold. It ain't no they making this up type stuff. This is some real stuff, man.
Mhm. And if you got underlying conditions and stuff like that, they're just chopping away.
Yeah, my daughter got lupus. That's why I was so worried about her and trying to prevent her from catching it. But apparently they say she caught it at work from the kids she worked with.
How is she doing?
She's doing good. I'm just kind of mad that she decided to drive to Compton and go hang out with her brother, her boyfriend's kid, and her grandmother. I'm like, man, if nothing else, like if that didn't teach you nothing, at least don't be trying to spread that amongst family members. Make sure you a lot. I
Yeah,
guess she's well, but I say be precautious.
it's hard out here with that stuff, man. You'll never know. And when you're not thinking about it, probably be when it hits you. You know what I'm saying? Or you catch the crowd.
Hmm. Yeah, man. It's just like I used to say. I used to argue with the chat room. Just be cautious. That's all. If we believe it or we don't believe it, you still just be cautious, man.
Appreciate that, cowboy. Frank White,
Yeah, man.
Black Warrior Spirit, huh?
I just hate
Survive.
the fact that I was talking to somebody earlier. I just hate the fact that it's hitting people that I know's family, man, and
Mhm.
hit my brother and my daughter, man. So
Mhm.
it's getting around, man. It's spreading. Yeah, the cold thing. I was watching the news the other night, not the regular news, but world news, and in like two countries, they're about to make you have to have the vaccine, right?
Mhm.
But you don't have to have it, but you have to have it for regular activities, going out in public, Like you not going to be able to leave the house unless you have the vaccine, and you're definitely not going to go to no sporting events and clubs and stuff like that. I'm like, man, if it get any worse in America, we're gonna follow suit. We're gonna do the same thing, man.
I think this stuff is I mean, Kev, you gotta realize too that we still got other stuff gonna come out. All this flu and
Yeah. Yeah. It's like nobody worried about the flu no more. Everybody's focused on that. But you're right. It's a lot of other stuff. It's gonna be some new diseases, new ailments. They're gonna find out that COVID does something else to the body eventually.
probably started mutating people off into monsters.
I hate when they say that. When they say it mutates, that's when I'll be my antennas raised. I'll be like, shit, it mutate? That means it could be sitting in my body now and I think I'm good, and then later on I'll turn into a monster.
You wake up one morning, go look in the mirror, and man, you like hair and shit all. Oh man,
Nigga wake up a goblin one day.
for real.
Man.
Nigga feel like a goblin on his Percocet. I ain't never took no whole one, man. This thing here got me want to just like, why you ain't tell me cut it in half?
Why what?
I don't even take this kind of shit. I ain't never took this. Man, I'm talking about, look, I should have chopped that in half. That motherfucker hardcore. It seemed like when you thinking it's gonna get weaker, it like goes harder, like boom, 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 boom. Like, God damn.
I'm lost. I mean,
I told you I had to take something for pain and shit, right? So I took a Percocet, a whole one.
oh, why you didn't cut it in half?
Oh man, I don't know why they cut it in half.
I don't know, bro. I don't take Percocet. I wouldn't know if you cut it in half or not.
I might not take them no more either. Motherfucker, you're too powerful.
Man. Palm trees, what up, homeboy?
Yeah, Tuka. Oh man. I'm glad Michelle is good. Tell her go hit a joint. Yeah, no, man. I don't do drugs like that. I'm Tobias. I don't mess around, man.
Man, that's what they all say, man.
Shit, cause you been around me, nigga. I don't be on numbers of marijuana.
This nigga, if it's one thing you do is you smoke that all day long.
Man, and you know what? That's a good question, Sir Woods. How in the hell do these rappers do this shit, man? That's all they talk about is for goddamn perks. You mean to tell me niggas is walking around feeling like this all day?
Man, that's what I'm saying.
That nigga got kicked out the damn, or he kicked me out. I'm still in here. God got kicked out the motherfucker, I think.
My ride on my way up to the airport to get the homie. He from Denver, said a prayer for him. He just lost his pops, but he know that we're there for him. I'm about to get a couple drinks and a haircut. Tonight we at the function, homie, they can tear it up. Cause Ice-T is on the stage and we gearing up, having fun. Homie, he don't gang bang, but he with the business. Younger than I am, but this mouthpiece is vicious. Hollering the chicks and we love it when the nigga looking good. With makeup on, sitting in the presence of some real ones. A real hood and his brother, he killed for him. And as he should, but no weapon formed against these young brothers gonna prosper. They just having fun, living life in California.
Under the sun, ain't no place like where I'm from. City life and street lights, big dreams and long nights. And you just out here trying to catch a vibe, saying under the sun, ain't no place like where I'm from. City life and
homies and the chicks too. I see the red, but I also see a sea of blue. But we ain't tripping, homie, so we gonna see it through. Support the homie Ice-T and maybe kick it so no beef inside the building, hoping that they chill. I got my camcorder steady as I'm filming. Open up a bottle with the liquor, but no spilling. Less is for the dead homies, said that we be killing each other, but it's life, and we don't show no feelings. To hide the war up in the hood, the shit is real, man. I got my S hat, they know that this is Kev Mac, but I'm just chilling, having fun up in the building. My life in California.
Under the sun, ain't no place like where I'm from. City life and street life, big dreams and long nights. And you just out here trying to catch a vibe, saying under the sun, ain't no place like where I'm from. City life and street life, big dreams and long nights. And you just out here trying to catch a vibe, saying under the sun, ain't no place like where I'm from. City life and street life, big dreams and long nights. And you just out here trying to catch a vibe, saying that's life in Cali.
That was cool, man. I ain't think you had that off in you, my nigga. Somebody must have requested that.
What, that song?
Yeah, because I ain't never heard you bump no shit that's like some cool little old shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, this King Real's new stuff for his new album.
It is King Real, man. I'm high as a motherfucker, man. And I knew that was King Real. Like, what the fuck is up? That was dumb as shit. Why the hell I say that?
Yeah, my job offered us the shot, but I'm skeptical on it. Yeah, eventually, man, hopefully it don't come to that, but it might come to where we have to have the shot in order to participate in activities, man.
Hey, who is Spliff Eastwood, man?
Who is who?
Spliff Eastwood.
Oh, shit, I don't
That
know.
look like my little cousin on that motherfucker. Let me see. Nah, that ain't him. Look at my little cousin Boomer.
He looked like you with red hair. They say Loco's tweaking. Loco, it's time for you to go to bed. Loco's with Goob on the moon. 3 people hit you back to back, bro.
Oh, man, they just, having fun with me. That's why I be, transparent to let y'all know what's going on. I ain't want to be sitting up here flipping out and y'all be like, what's wrong with Loco? I'm going to tell you, I don't mess with this crap, and I didn't know it was going to do me like this. Girls ain't no punk, man. I already know it,
Well, Suge, let me say this. Plan B. Mind you, I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if it's going to be a database or you can make, or you're just going to go around with the card. But niggas is going to come out with some fake cards, man. They're going to be selling cards, my nigga. So people that don't want the shot going to be buying them fake cards. Just like we went through the fake Social Security, the fake ID, the fake credit cards where you got somebody else's stripe or information on it. You know how it go, bro. Back in the day, homie, I'm sure y'all old enough to know this, but you may not actually know this. Back in 85, all the way live, back in 85, 84, they used to have fake airplane tickets. So what happens is you had a fake airplane ticket and you get on the airplane. You gotta hope nobody comes sit in that seat and say this is my seat. And if they do, you just move to another seat and hope you don't get embarrassed again and again, because then the waitress, the whatever you call them ladies, stewardess, they gonna be like, well, let us see your ticket. And they're gonna look at your ticket and then they're gonna call security and you're gonna get escorted off the plane.
Right.
But yeah, they used to have fake airplane tickets back then, man.
Man, I don't doubt it. Only in America, boy. I'm telling you, motherfucker gonna figure it out.
Man, look, let me tell you a quick dumb story. America's dumbest criminal. So I get pulled over by the police. I actually go to jail. This is when I was facing my violation. So The police was so crooked, homie. I had A1 credit. I had credit cards with big limits. They went in my wallet, homie. They stole my credit cards and my social security number. So
Damn.
when I beat it and I got out, I needed a social security number. Out in California back then, the social security building, it'd be so many people, homie. You go there like 8 in the morning. At 5 in the evening, you may not even get in. It wasn't like the DMV. You may not get in and they tell you come back tomorrow.
Damn.
So I was like, man, I'm not going to no social security building. So I went downtown and bought me a fake social security card with my real name and my real social security number.
Mm.
I carried this thing around, man. I carried it around. And then one day, I don't remember exactly where I was. Oh, I know where I was when I came to Vegas. I had to give my social security card to get the Nevada ID.
Mm.
So I hand them the social security card. I ain't tripping. It's all the real shit. They said this social security card isn't real. So I had to play. I had to act. What you mean it ain't real? You tripping. That's my social security card. They like, sir, just cut it out. This is not real. It is real. Security came. I'm telling security, man, that's my social security card. I done had that card since I was a kid, man. My mama gave me that card when I was a kid. Lying like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
They like, sir, we're sorry. You have to get online and you have to leave the DMV. And the whole time I knew it was fake. I didn't know they could figure it out. It had the real info.
Oh, they don't play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll cut you off real quick the way they tell you.
Yeah.
Real, man. Hey, this isn't real. They already know. They don't give a damn what you say.
Yeah, they didn't care about that. Man,
I'm gonna make sure we have a banging ass show tomorrow night, man. Really, I'm really working. I got some stuff in the making, and I hope to be better from this damn tooth, man. So y'all say a prayer for me, bro. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On that, and
to Ralph asked me, I didn't memorize my social security card. You can't go to the DMV and just yell out your social security number. They want to see your social security card, bro. Of course, I remember my social security number. Get them jank say I'm gonna mess around and get deported.
I seen that.
I'll be sitting there with Get 'em Jank's cousins, like, man, what's up with Jank, man? Jank been checking out my videos, telling myself what's up and shit.
Yep.
Blood cuz, what up? Yeah, I got a new social security card. This was back in like 05 or something. So I had the card like 5 years before somebody said this ain't real.
Black Warrior Spirit, what's up, bro? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pamela said, go on, go to bed, loco. That's the second time.
Yeah, I'm out of here, man.
All right, man.
Y'all good night.
All right, take it easy, bro. Y'all know Loco finna be right here in the comment section like always. Yeah, them, man. But anyway, who want to come on? Miss 702, you want to come back on? Like, you become a regular lady, you know. Kel, what you think about that blue and gold Hoover? Man, blue and gold is such beautiful colors, man. They probably the best thing ever. Next to red and blue, right? I don't know. Palm trees, you so nice, homie. It's a nice homeboy right there. He said, get well soon. Like, he really care about you, Loco. Good looking out, palm trees. We are a family here, man. Mac Heads and Maniac Power for life. Woo! Everybody saying good night. Look at Richard Moore. Good night, Loco. Tuck yourself in. Make sure you wrap up tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. Blue and gold. Yes. Crenshaw Cougars. LA Rams. Ugh. Crenshaw Cougars. LA Rams. Ugh. Golden State Warriors. Ugh. Michigan. Okay. Michigan. Pamela Taylor, you a mess, Peggy. Cut it out, Peggy. Drop the link. Oh, Henny God's coming up in this joint with his avatar and shit. Smokey said you gonna make Loco jump back on, man. Any of your my cars are in mint condition, but they're not no valuable ass cars though. They like low value cars. I don't know what Goob is, man. Maybe he's getting ready for Vegas. He's supposed to be coming to Vegas this week. Or maybe he on the back of the moon. Ain't no telling. Probably out there with his alien friends, flying over his roof. And everybody in Arizona, Skunk Dog and everybody say he telling the truth. It's real. Yeah, okay. Show me a Martian that's going to cut my signal off when I try to film them for y'all. Then I'll believe it. The day that they cut my signal off so I can't film them, like you don't even have a signal to film. When you film with your phone or your video camera, it has nothing to do with Wi-Fi. Like, how are they going to kill your signal from filming when your camera doesn't need a signal to film? So, again, his whole story is probably right, except for how come he couldn't videotape it. And everybody in Arizona that's seen these videos believe Google's story. But they can't tell me that their phone or cameras was cut off. Woo! I'll tell you, man, PCP will have you thinking of some shit that never happened, man. I'm telling you, though. Oh, yeah, I got love for UCLA, too, though. My mama graduated from UCLA. My sister went there. My father went there. A cousin graduated from there. My daughter graduated from there. Man, what? Then I got a bunch of uncles and aunts that graduated from USC. So it's like, got USC in the family as well. And that's why I always say basketball, UCLA, football, USC. We used to go to all the USC games at the Coliseum and used to go to all the basketball games. Well, not all the basketball games, but went to a lot of basketball games at Poly Pavilion. Yep. So, gotta have love for both. Oh, here go Henny Jesus. What's up, Henny Jesus? Purple rain.
What's good, Kev?
Purple rain. I gotta kick you out till you get a Michael Jackson icon, man.
That's never gonna happen. I gotta stick with what I know. The
Purple
greatest.
rain. You could have at least had some Jerry curl juice up there, man.
That could be arranged. Might happen. I just gotta find it.
Kelmac won't accept it until he gets abducted. Even then, he'll be interviewing. So tell me, where are you guys from? Mars? The back of the moon? The front of the moon? Like, what part of the moon is you from, though? Do you know my homeboy Goob from Pomona or Arizona? Like, do you guys smoke PCP too? Yeah, I would have a lot of questions for dudes from the moon, man. Believe that. Like, what do y'all smoke? Moon dust or moon rocks? What's up, Henny God?
Hey, I wanted you to talk about Elgin Baylor because he just passed. Give us some good memories or something because, like I said, that's before my time.
I didn't really watch Elgin Baylor play, dog. Elgin Baylor was 80-something years old, man. I'm only 50-something.
So you didn't watch him play for the Lakers growing up?
Man, no, I didn't, bro. Honestly, I didn't.
You supposed to be the diehard Laker fan.
What that got to do with he 30-something years older than me?
You could have went back and watched the tape.
Not me. Back then, they didn't have VHS.
Oh, yeah. You had that Betamax, whatever that was called.
Yeah, it was Beta. Oh, man.
I don't know when Elgin Baylor played. Like I said, that's before my time. I thought that was Cav's little generation.
Nah, I was 3 years old when Elgin Baylor retired, bro. I, I wasn't. I think in my book I might have mentioned I was basketball was my last sport. I wasn't into basketball until like junior high school. I was into baseball damn near coming out the womb. Like everybody trying to say they was born into gang banging. I was born into baseball then. If you could be born into banging, like you come out the womb gang banging, then I came out the womb hitting singles and shit. 702 is back. What's up, lady?
I wasn't gonna interrupt you guys, but I just, oh my God, Henny God is up here. I had a question to ask you on behalf of me and my hood twin, Henny, okay? How
Go
come
for it.
in your history of documenting, no one ever talks about Henry Clay?
You talking to me?
Yeah,
Yeah, you. Because Henry Clay is Gladiator School. You remember that show, Oz, the prison show?
I'm sure
That's
somebody
the
mentioned
influence
Henry
Henry Clay is
Clay.
like.
I know
Yeah, Henry Clay is like Crip Academy.
I know Barefoot Pookie talked about Henry Clay.
I know, but how come it's never been documented? That has got to be the most violent school of all time. Like kids go straight from there to juvenile hall. Like it was a continuation junior high school to begin with. All the worst kids went there. It was gang banged out.
Mhm.
It was a preview of prison, but no one ever
damn.
talks about it.
Not the preview of prison. They said Pretty Boy talked about Henry Clay also. And Hawk.
I mean, just to be 11 and 12 years old and see people your age get shot, get stabbed, get set on fire, and your parents send you back every day. Like that school will change your life around. Y'all
Well,
probably had to make it to Crenshaw before y'all saw stuff like that. But if you lived near Henry Clay, then you seen that at a young 11, 12 at school.
yeah, I didn't see all that, but we seen grown men trying to fight junior high school people, and we seen some stabbings. Um, that's about it though.
Is so many rappers have come out of that school and documented the history of how off the hook Henry Clay was, but nobody ever really talks about it in terms of documenting it.
Oh yeah, who rapped it? Documented it?
Dub
Dub C came
C,
out of
Who?
there. You
West
go.
Side
Yep.
Connection, The Lynch Mob, Ice
Dub
Cube,
C,
all of them
JD.
talk about it.
Oh, okay. I'm not hip.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a
that's
notorious school.
well, that's the. I don't know what to say. Shit, I'm speechless.
You
I know
didn't
one
know
thing.
this. You
I know
didn't
one
know that he
thing.
was suffering like that.
I know one thing. We sat here and we talked about Henry Clay being Gladiator School and the Crip Academy. Do you know how many people will be telling me I'm glorifying gang banging and encouraging junior high school kids to get their crip on and stab each other and fight each other? See, these are the things you guys have to
No,
understand.
you would be shining a light so parents don't send their kids to that school because
They'll hate me
generation after
for that.
generation
They'll
got the
hate me for
same
that.
complaint.
Listen, female cutes. I did something on Crenshaw one time on Instagram. I got shut down. They deleted all my stuff about Crenshaw. I was like, what the hell is going on? People will get mad because they'll say that I'm encouraging parents not to send their kids to school. This stuff, it's a lot that come with this stuff. And I think I'm cut out for it, but sometimes I have to learn the hard way. But there's probably more critics than people in the comment section that get at me. I got so much emails, and that's why my phone, you can't even call my phone. You have to text me. That's the secret to anybody that's watching. If you want to reach me, you got to text me. You can't call me because I get so much stuff in my phone, my direct messages, and my email. Just hate. Everybody hate. and they don't see it the way I see it or the way you see it. So it gets tiring. So the best way to avoid it is not like Mump and Cute say, just don't pay attention to them. The best way to avoid it is not to do it. It's a tough job. But they won't criticize the guys that got caught in court back in the days telling on their homeboys. They won't do that. They'll glorify them. They'll put them on a pedestal. But everything Kevmac is doing, though, ain't cool. They said Kev is always hated. I mean, mention it, the player haters, boy. Peggy Peggy Sue, you miss Henny Jesus. He just stripped for you.
That ain't happened.
You said that ain't happened.
I'm growing my afro out. I'm about to get that jerry curl, kid.
Oh yeah, for real?
Yeah, I'm trying to be like you.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with mine. I usually cut mine once it's to the stage of getting braided. I usually shave it off.
Man, stick with that afro, man. Let's bring it back. Like Dr. J.
Julius Irvin, huh?
That's right.
Man. They crazy. Any guy got women up in here, boy. Look at that.
Man, I ain't got nothing.
Look.
Man. My glasses, Kev. I don't have good eyesight.
Me neither, man. That's why I don't write no more. I gotta sit far away from the computer and for me to read that shit, man. I turn my text on my phone up so big I can't even look at the text anymore. I gotta go sentence to sentence now.
I'm not that bad, but I feel you though.
Man. He said,
no, Kev, you should get King Real to go live for the album release party.
Oh, he go live whenever he want, but you know he over there in Germany somewhere.
Right.
So his time is different. Well, Miss 702, that's up for a whole lot of debating right there. That's not a one or the other. That's you gotta put a whole lot more on that. My queen, we got a blind woman up in here too. She said my text big too, Kev. You ain't alone. Kev Mac need I need trifocals, my nigga. Get it right. 9-hour difference for King Real. So I talked to one of my guys.
Kev, how many interviews? No, go ahead.
How many interviews what?
You got lined up when you go to LA.
Oh man, I got 2 lined up, man. I can't tell you the truth, and I can't lie good, but
okay, I'm gonna take 2. 2 sound about right.
It's probably gonna be more than 2 though, but
hey, surprises, Kev. We always like surprises.
I know you do, but shit, ain't no telling when I'm gonna come back, so ain't no telling when y'all gonna see him anyway.
Man, they already been waiting. They can wait longer.
Yeah, they gotta wait longer for sure. They gotta wait longer. Happy to snitch on themselves, Miss 702. That's funny. Pamela said, we'll wait. Of course you will, Peggy. Y'all waited 12 months since Monster Cody. Shit. Who did I have? I had Mitzi Slick and Cheetah, I think, are the only 2 interviews I had since Monster Cody, right? Sad, right. Damn, Henny guy, you good, man. Yeah.
I've been around.
Sad.
Oh, and what about CJ Mack?
Damn, man, you way better than me, bro. You're absolutely correct. And CJ Mack was a good interview. A lot of people liked that interview.
Yeah, that was a real good one.
I don't understand why CJ Mack interviews don't do numbers though. Cause he get pound for pound, he gets great reviews, but the numbers just don't match up.
You want to know? Because I think he was more just Cali. I don't think people outside the state of Cali and Texas really know about CJ like that.
That might be a good point, but everybody know about Rich Rowland, Heater Holding.
Yep.
Yeah, CJ Mack, he's a good artist, man. Him and Ice-T just never made it to that. They didn't put the hits out that other dudes did. But definitely two
Yeah,
legends in the LA rap game.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, they say I interviewed the stripper girl too, but that was on the live. That don't really count. But then CJ Mack was on the live too though.
Yeah.
Kev, he stayed in the tape deck in Rap a Lot days. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, CJ was cold with he just had a distinctive voice that was different from everybody else. And when he rapped his, it really sounded like a real old. You know what I mean? He didn't sound like no young kid on no ignorant stuff.
True.
Is that me or you? That gotta be you, huh? That was your
No, that
phone?
was you.
Oh, that's
No,
my
that was you.
phone. Dirt Gang shared your video. Dirt Gang TV, man, whoever you are, I want to say you've been representing, man. You've been sharing my videos, man, and I appreciate it, man. I don't know who the hell you are, but I appreciate you. Oh, he definitely was West Coast without question, and he had a lot of content, not a single word wasted. CJ Mack, he as far as storytelling, he's underrated because CJ Mack really, when you listen to him, you really felt like you was in the car with him, like you was really hitting corners with him, seeing the city. Dirt Gang, a real one, is that right? Is an East Coast you? Oh, that's what's up. Tell him to come on KevMacVideos one time. Tell him to holler at me. Dirt Gang is a New York City Crip. Of course, he got to be from Harlem, from 30s. Probably not the city Harlem, but definitely from 30s. Yeah, y'all, if y'all watch him, y'all know him, tell him to come on KevMac Video Live one time. His verse on that relative track with Dub C is the dopest I've heard. I put CJ Mack up there in terms of Dub C, of storytelling, vocab, and delivery. Dub C is cold with it, man. I always said this. Let me share this with you guys. Now this go way, way back, man, to like just before Dub C dropped his first album. And especially when he dropped his first album, that low profile album, is Dub had the type of content that wasn't gonna get the women involved. And probably I didn't know gangs would spread so far and become, so mainstream. So back then I would say he's not gonna get the rest of the country behind him. And that's kind of how it played out. Because dude is so serious about the ghetto. He's so serious about the gangbang aspect of life that the women can't resonate with it. And then he come with the tongue twisters and shit. Women don't get off into that. But if he made some songs that got women behind him and the rest of the United States behind him, he would have blew up because he's a real lyricist and a real storyteller.
Hey, that's true, Kev. He never did have no song for the ladies. I never
Nah,
paid attention to that.
nah, he didn't, man. But he got some cold lyrics, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what that NHC stand for? Niggas having cash? That was hard.
Kev, they said drop the link.
I already knew it was blood and cuz when you said drop the link. He the only other one that's gonna come on.
Hey man, for real though, the ladies, one of the other ladies, man, outside of Miss 702, y'all gotta come on. Y'all can
Man,
do
look,
like we do. Just turn your camera off.
exactly.
You ain't gotta grab that wig. Just turn your camera off.
Come on here, Wigglers. We won't see
Yeah,
you. Don't worry about it.
yeah, exactly.
Somebody said Dirt Gang TV is in the chat too. Dirt Gang, shout out to Dirt Gang, man. Oh yeah, that was a cold line too. Oh, hiding it. I'm gang related, simple and plain. And plus I give a fuck about you niggas in the rap gang. Hey, I posted the link, bro. Oh, they go Harlem Smiley right there, man. What's happening with you, man?
Kev Mac, what's the deal, family? Henry
Hey,
Jesus, how you doing, fam?
all
What's
right,
going
how's it
on?
going, man? Yeah, I was saying, man, good looking out for always sharing the videos, man. I meant to give you a shout out on my last live.
Oh, nah, I got you, man. I've been a long time supporter even before I even started doing my own YouTube channel, man. We rock with you out here. What you doing?
Oh, that's what's up, man. I appreciate that. You know, especially anytime somebody from New York give me props like OG Steve, I love that shit because you know it's some dudes in New York that was really hating on me, bro. And
Yeah, I see that a lot, man. I see that a lot. I be trying to tell them, man, Kev Mac ain't got no problems with, the crazy part is, trust me, it's way more people that rock with you, man, rather than the trolls that be on here. They not notables at all, man. The real notables, we rock with you over there.
good looking out. I appreciate that, man. I don't have no problem with New York, man. Now, there are some funny things that go on, and you know that with the
Mm-hmm.
dude, you know that blood dude that made all that shit up. Uh,
OG
but
Mac.
yeah, but that shouldn't be something we just think of for everybody in New York. That's one dude,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't from he wasn't from Harlem or nothing. So hey, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with New York, bro. And it's so funny because I actually know niggas from New York that I knew
Mm-hmm.
way back when hip hop first came to LA. And I've
Mm-hmm.
been getting at them dudes over and over and over trying to get them on the platform. So I
Mm-hmm.
got two dudes that said they're gonna come on. MC Donald D, Microphone King Donald D,
Mm-hmm.
and Bronx Style Bob.
Oh,
I
okay.
talked to I talked to Bob today, and it was so funny because I ain't seen this dude, man, since the '80s,
Man.
except for on social media. So when I talked to him today, it's such a small world. Come to find out, this fool's job, he's a cameraman, and he got a production company or works for a production company. So he knows all about the business that I'm trying to get into. And I'm like, oh shit, you need to come on live and share that with my audience. Give y'all some game on how to, what these networks are looking for and how there's so many new networks with not enough content.
Mm-hmm.
So people that always want to be on TV, you got a better chance now of getting on TV than ever before.
That's a fact.
And so I told him, come share that game, man. I'm sure that could inspire some people to really take their work more serious and try to get to a TV network soon.
Yeah, that's a big field to be in right now too. Any kind of production, you get any kind of, because listen, I hear a lot of your stories. Once upon a time, like me, we wasn't computer savvy. When you get in this YouTube thing, you got to learn to get computer savvy. So, that's a good field to be in right now, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fun. The reason why I want Bronx Style Bob didn't have nothing to do with that. I've been wanting him because when he came to LA, I met him in '85, so he probably came to LA maybe '84,
Mm-hmm.
maybe '83. But I met him in '85, and he was already staying and good friends with one of my childhood friends in the hood. So it was always said that he was a graffiti artist. I never seen him do no graffiti. I seen him other than write on a piece of paper. And so when I'll be talking to people, they be like, Rockstar Bob was one of the ones that one of the first ones to come from New York with the graffiti. I don't know
Yeah,
how true it is or not true it is, but I want him to tell it.
yeah. But
And
back then,
then,
I even go. Everybody was doing graffiti. It was crazy because if you ever ride the trains in New York, you'll see it's a lot of graffiti from the '80s that like you actually had to do graffiti in between trains coming, and it was dangerous to do graffitis. But people will be seeing your graffiti 30, 40 years later.
man, that's crazy. And I've been on them trains. I didn't ever see nobody bombing them, spray painting on them. But of course, it was spray paint everywhere.
Yeah, but if you look inside when the train is riding through, I'm talking about like in the middle of like the train stops, you'll see a
Yeah.
lot of graffiti and stuff like on top of the bridges because we got trains in New York that ride outside and we got some that ride underground too. So all through there, you'll see graffiti in spots. You'll be like, how did they even get over there to put that graffiti up there? Oh yeah, they found ways though.
No, I know. I'm like, them dudes is crazy. Y'all could lose your life the way y'all was doing graffiti back in the day.
Yeah, they was bugging.
So Bob also, see, all them dudes that I know in New York, I want to hear their experience. I never asked them their experiences, but I want them to come on and share their experience about, okay, now they coming from New York and they learning about Crips and Bloods and colors and shit. Because back in the day, everybody in New York was rocking red. Red, not just in New York, but there's a lot of cities like St. Louis
Mm-hmm.
and different cities where they football teams or they colleges wear red. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what they wear around the city. So, and remember Troop?
Yeah, I remember Troop.
So everybody was rocking Troop, LL Cool
Mm-hmm.
J and everybody. So they come out here with all they red on and then find out like, oh shit, it ain't that cool to wear red in California.
Yeah,
So
I
I
still
want to
got
hear.
cousins that come out here because I'm from New York, but I live in California now. But
Okay.
I get a lot of cousins that come out here that still do that same shit. And I be like, yo, y'all about to, man, listen, this is LA, certain hats and certain colors. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to hear them stories because they go back to, like I said, the beginning of when New York hip hop came to LA.
That's why I tell a lot of people why older cats from LA always look at New York as weird with the gangbanging stuff now, because like you say a lot, back in the day, if a cat came from LA or whatever like that, and they had on a Dickie suit and they had on the flags and they had the Chuck Taylors on, like in New York, we used to call those skippies. So
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, we used to kind of, well, not me because I'm only 37, so I'm not that old, but
yeah,
I do hear a lot of the stories and stuff, and I got uncles that live out here too that be like, man, I used to go back to LA, I used to go back to Brooklyn when I moved to California, just like them. They used to laugh at me, all the time and stuff like that too. So he used to tell a lot of those stories about, that it was looked down upon. So, I can understand by the time the 90s now, the older ones that see that as Bloods and Crips in New York, like, hold up, y'all was making fun of that. Now all of a sudden y'all jacking it. You see what I'm saying? So
and see, I just be giving honest stories and dudes in New York, and I don't know if these dudes are really all of that or just some trolls or busters, but they was getting at me like I'm lying. Even them dudes on that TV that channel I was on, where I did the interview on. I don't even remember the name of the channel, but even they was like, "Nah, Kev, nah," and it wasn't like that. Like, I'm not gonna make no shit up like that. We talking about a whole coast and another whole coast. You know how many people could go against what I'm saying? I'm just giving you the facts. That's how
yeah.
it was. Or we could tone it down and just say my experience, but my experience was facts, info mines. That's what I'm talking about. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
dude challenging me on what I said. And really, to me, it wasn't even no need to challenge nothing like that. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's just me telling the truth, man. A lot of people came on here on YouTube and thought I was just a run of the mill at one time, which basically I am a run of the mill, but my life is a little more interesting than a lot of people's life because I was into everything. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
limited to just cripping or just gangbanging. I was doing everything from the robberies, the burglaries, the spray painting, the gangbanging. I did it all. I did everything, man. The
So you
gambling,
also see the dance crews and shit. You done seen a
all
lot of shit. Yeah, yeah. So you done lived the good, bad, and the ugly, man. When people from New York come over here try to dispute that, I want you to tell them this one thing. Ask them, when did Dickies become popular in New York?
Mhm.
Dickies did not become popular as the brand, did not become popular in New York till after Bloods and Crips got popular. Dickies exploded. Dickies made so much money in New York. You came to New York between 1995 and 2003. You would have thought you was in California. Everybody was wearing Dickies. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I try to tell people what you spitting is straight facts. And if you look at that too, nobody was wearing Dickies outside of work uniforms before that. But then 95 to 2003, everybody, if you was a gangbanger or if you was trying to even portray to be one, you was wearing Dickies.
Man, look, when Naughty by Nature came out, that's why the West Coast accepted them so much. Tretch and them coming out in the khaki suits with the chains around their neck. And a lot of people actually thought they was from California when they first came out, just based on his dress style.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
rocking the cornrows and shit and the murder braids. You know, he
Yep.
fit right in with LA lifestyle.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Us as New Yorkers, you know, especially the ones that never got a chance out here, it's like we seeing movies like Colors, we seeing movies like Menace, but then we also seeing movies like Friday, Don't Be a Menace to South Central Wise, you know, so that's the image that you get when you're in California, because I see that the same thing about people from California, because I'm from Brooklyn. So all I hear is, oh man, I know you ready to rob somebody right now. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's always the big misconsumption like that. And I'm like, nah, all New Yorkers, we not, you know, just all hostile and ready to rob people all the time, you know. So it's just, you know, a lot of times it's like you watching these movies and stuff, and you'll think that's what's going on out there fully. But I try to tell people too, it's not like that. It's not all LA people hate all New Yorkers. This not the East Coast, West Coast beef. So at the same time, you just got to remember it's just two different places with just two different scenarios. That's, you know, especially when it comes down to the blood and Crip thing, you know, it's like on the Crip side, it's less confusion now, but on the blood side, it's still a lot more separation. You see what I'm saying?
But it's so funny because even with the Bloods, Pyru, Brim, however you want to put it, in LA, there's still confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it started. But a lot of that just got to do with black people, period, and then even our culture, you know, because that doesn't limit it to just black people. But we criticize so much and we want credit for stuff that we didn't have a part in, or maybe we thought we had a part in. Like I say, one of our problems is because some people don't know about the rest of the city, like old girl 702 was saying, you from the west side, you don't really know about what's going on the east side in Compton and Watts and all that. So Long Beach, Gardena. So what happens is somebody could be the first to start doing something in their area or their side of town and think they actually the first. Meanwhile, across town, somebody else might have already been doing it first. So it causes a lot of confusion. It's not that nobody's lying, it's that we lack the knowledge. We didn't get around like that. But
And even on a, you know, and that's what's crazy too, and that's what happened. It's like that, you know, that exercise you do in class when the teacher tells the first person in front of the class that he's supposed to pass it back to the next person till it gets to the back. By the time it gets to the back, the shit is just like a whole new subject of, you know, of not even the same thing of what the teacher even was talking about. So that's kind of what happened. And it's crazy because like people think it's just New York that's like that too, but New York had so much blood and Crip influence on other states that follow behind what New York did. So it's like even when you go to these other states, it's like a lot of them are still running around. You know, all the Bloods is claiming 5-point stars, and you got Crips claiming 6-point stars, and they still got the 8 ball going with the GDs, and that's only because they follow what New York was doing in the 90s. You see what I'm saying? So it goes just way bigger than the whole confusion and stuff. Because once again, if it was somebody that came directly from Brandon Crichton, what happened to my video today? Oh, I don't know. It's probably it's processing right now, probably. So yeah, when the word didn't come directly from California and it got back to New York, that's where the whole confusion came, you know, because once that got taught wrong, then you got other states like, you know, the ones that in like, you know, not really New Jersey, but from Florida down to Atlanta, down to North Carolina, South Carolina, Delaware, Baltimore, all of these states and places have like New York influence as far as Bloods and Crips go. You see what I'm saying? You only got certain places that LA really drifted out of, and you talking about like New Jersey, Memphis, Texas, places like that. You see what I'm saying? So, but those places, they don't have New York influence, but it's like 14 other states that do. And it's unfortunately, it was just a lot of wrong, misteachings.
Man, I want Ice-T to do an interview with me so bad, man. Not so bad that I'm begging him or
Yeah.
double back, but he could shed a lot of light, man,
That's a fact.
on how the East Coast wouldn't play West Coast music, because that's another thing Infomons told me wasn't true. And how I try to prove that I'm not hating is, bro, I'm born and raised in LA, and LA didn't accept hip hop at first. They didn't accept no B-boys. You couldn't be a B-boy in LA and not get joked about, clowned about, get your Kango knocked off your head and all that shit. You
Yeah.
weren't to wear fat laces. Next thing you know, all the gang members was rocking fat laces.
Yep. And Kev Mac, that's true, man. On Hot 97 was like the number one leading radio station in New York for a long time. You had other stations like 98.7, which only played like R&B songs, 107.5, which another one only played R&B songs. But as far as hip hop goes, you never heard West Coast songs from the 80s through the 90s you never really heard West Coast songs until like 2000. I would say like when Snoop and Dre, around that area, that's when you started hearing like New York radio stations play California music. But other than that, nah, you would never go out there and hear no local rappers or anything, or even the bigger rappers and stuff out there. They definitely wasn't playing Snoop at a certain time. Like me, just from coming out here, I was always a Snoop fan and stuff like that. But you wouldn't hear NWA playing on the radios and all that. They wasn't playing on that. They was playing KRS-One, Slick Rick. That's what they was playing out there. They wasn't playing no West Coast artists out there. So you was dead right with that.
I think it was DJ Red Alert, and y'all had another station.
Red Alert, all of them was on Hot 97.
Okay, it was just a different show, but same station.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wasn't rocking with the West Coast like that, man. I used to hear all these stories, and I don't know, man. I don't know why people disagree with me, but I had bought Red Rum on Infomines with me, because Red Rum is in the music, and he actually was on the East Coast, so he could speak to it better than I could. And I hit Red Rum. I said, "Come on live with me." He like, "Why? What's up?" And I told him, and he was like, "Oh, hell no, I'm coming on there, nigga," because he was saying what I was telling him was true. I don't know why Kev Mac always got to be a liar. I just don't get that shit. I just don't, and it bothers me. And people tell me not to be bothered by it, but I am. It's like I've really made my reputation on being as truthful as possible.
That's a fact. Sometimes it just be egos get in the way, man. And sometimes people just hate to admit when they wrong with certain stuff too. I go through that a lot too. People just they go out their way to prove you wrong that they won't even use facts to prove you wrong, as long as they speaking the opposite of what you speaking. So that happens a lot, man. You see what I'm saying? But I listen to you a lot, and that's why me, as somebody who's born and raised in Brooklyn, but also live in California, that lived out here for a few times already, done realize like you speak the truth. You speak the truth, and there's a lot of people out there that's getting a lot of knowledge, the good knowledge, the real knowledge. And people respect you too, because they realize like, okay, he is what he is, he was what he was, he rep what he rep, but at the same time, he do bring people from the other side and enlighten that, and enlighten that side too. So you're non-biased. That's why a lot of people rock with you too, whether, they feel like you're hard, because the politics is messed up. I'll be the first one to admit the politics in New York got messed up. On the Crip side, we kind of fixed it, more to the standards, like if you go out there, it's pretty much like go by the guidelines, or pretty much, especially if you got an LA based set. But as far as on the blood side, it's just a lot of confusion. So a blood go from California to New York or vice versa, they wouldn't really understand. To where on the other side, it's just, but that's why they rock with you, because you're non-biased. But at the same time, you got to give it to them real. If shit ain't right, shit just ain't right.
Exactly, man. I try to be that way. I'm gonna always have a little bias on some things, but not really, not generally. I don't. And you know, a lot of people like when I tell cutes, nah, cutes, dude said this. They like when I do that because they like, nigga, how you gonna go up against cutes? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm not going against Cutes. Cutes is my guy. Cutes is like my number two go-to guy for history
Mm-hmm.
behind Barefoot Pookie. But my thing is, if we're gonna keep it right, I have to tell the other side because the other person ain't on this platform to give it to you. So I'm gonna give it to you. Like this nigga called me and this nigga said that ain't true. So let's stop repeating that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
And that's why Miss 702 called me the East Coast version of you. Because, and I'm not even gonna lie, that's what I told her before. There's only certain YouTubers that I watch, and you and like, DJ Ghost, even though y'all in two different realms, it's like, y'all two YouTubers. I like what y'all do. Y'all keep it authentic. Y'all didn't beg or ask nobody to give y'all shout outs. Y'all built y'all platform from the ground up. So, and y'all keep it authentic, man. And that's something I respect. And that's definitely something I'm trying to follow behind. But at the same time, that's why I told people too. It's like, you could be in the same lane as a person, but at the same time, you don't have to actually be hating on that person because that happens a lot too in this world too. Oh, he doing what I'm doing, so I can't work with him. I gotta hate against him. Nah, you got to look up to that man, see what he been doing. Because listen, you've been doing this way before me in both aspects of the game. So it's only right that I look up to you, following your footsteps, do what you doing. Because listen, you doing right, so I'm gonna follow that lead.
Check this out, man. I'm not a fan of YouTube creators, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a subscribe to your channel. I'm gonna check you out. And
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
yeah, and if it's what they say they are, I'm a support you. I'm always promote you. It's always good to connect with other content creators, though. And here go my thing, because you're absolutely right. You don't have to hate on nobody else to make your channel good. That's like the nigga that hates to a bitch because he want the pussy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You don't have to do that. Nigga, you gonna get the pussy regardless, or you're not gonna get it. Hating on another man ain't gonna get you the pussy. And it's the same on here. Why hate on another man? He's not stopping you from getting no money. He's not stopping your channel from growing. Why?
Exactly.
I get it from some people. Some people want controversy because controversy sells. But I'm more or less, nigga, we could all be friends. We could all be homies. Nigga, just keep your facts right or keep my name out your mouth.
Correct. And that's a big thing too. Facts. That's why a lot of people rock on my channel. That's why my channel kind of built kind of fast. Because one thing I deal with, same thing like I deal with facts. You see what I'm saying? If you lying on here, people gonna see right through that shit. If you one of them people lying about your life, or what you done did in your life, somebody's gonna come up here and expose it. So long as you are, you a stand-up person and you ain't got no fraudulent stuff or nothing people could say crazy about you, then you good money, man. There's no need, it's enough money on YouTube for everybody to make. I mean, it's people literally got cameras up of putting rainstorms up right now and they're running that for 24 hours and they got 2,000 people in they chat, making money. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So yeah, if you can go dumpster diving on YouTube and make money, there's no need for you to hate on the next person.
You damn right. That's absolutely true. Look, I always tell people this one story, man. I remember one time, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 2, 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I seen Kevin Hart had a video coming up on YouTube, and he was talking about he was gonna have a breakup with his girl. He was gonna bust his girl out live on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn about Kevin Hart, the comedian, or his personal life, or none of that shit. But I'm like, he finna bust his girl out live on YouTube. I gotta see this. My dumb ass turned it on. He opened up with, hold on, she not here yet. She don't know what I'm gonna do. And my ass got glued to the YouTube channel. And I'm watching it next to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes went by. And he's just running up the numbers. His numbers were stupid ridiculous.
Mm.
And then I realized he playing people. He's just trying to get some money out of YouTube. So you're
Yep.
absolutely right. You can film rain and make money on YouTube. You don't have to hate on nobody.
Correct. They paying a lot of money out here too. So why not just listen, man? I'm trying to. It's crazy because I help a lot of smaller YouTubers get to that 1,000 subscribers to 4,000 watch time minutes because, you know, nobody never helped me. So I feel like that's my due diligence to kind of help a lot of people. So, but I tell them once they get there and they get to that point of making the money, it's up to them how they want to make it. You see what I'm saying? But it did once again to hate on people. It's like that don't lead nowhere. People like watching controversy, but at the same time, when you see yourself on YouTube for 5, 6, 7 years and you got 20, 30,000 subscribers, you know, you get content with that and then realize, oh man, now I'm stuck. No content, nowhere else to go. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just people got to realize, man, it's karma. You do bad stuff to bad people, you're going to get bad happen back to you. That's why I don't do no greasy stuff to people in this world, man, because I've been getting nothing but good karma these last few years, man.
Karma is real. And I'm glad you said the last few years because some years back, man, I used to get so much bad stuff happen to me, and I sit there and I'll be like, man, why this happened? And immediately I know why it happened. I'm like, oh shit, I did this shit to somebody 30 years ago.
Yep, 30 years ago.
25 years ago. So I know it's karma, man. And you can't even be mad at it. All you can do is laugh at this shit when you realize where it's coming from.
Yeah, that's a fact. I got shot 3 times, and that was the first thing I told my mom. I'm on a gurney on the way to the hospital. I said I knew eventually it's gonna happen. All the greasy shit I done did to people in this world, I thank the good Lord that He just spared my life. And there was only 3 bullets, man. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, listen, you do crazy shit gonna happen to you.
Yeah, real talk.
Word. But Kev Mac, I definitely don't want to hold up too much of your time, man. I definitely appreciate you.
Okay.
Yeah, for letting me pop up on the platform.
Yeah, anytime you want to come on, man, just hit me up.
I got you, man. Appreciate that, man. No worry, man. I got the IG too, so you know we'll end up talking more on behind the scenes.
All right, for sure.
All right, later, yo.
All right. Yeah, man, he kicked some real facts, man. And intelligent guy. See, our thinking is a lot alike. And I don't see why more people can't think like that, man. I guess they really got a lot of hate in their heart or in their brain or something. But it's we shouldn't have to diss each other, man, to make a name for ourselves or get our YouTube channel popping. And I mentioned it before. If we actually work together, and I'm not saying let's combine this channel and that channel, but if we actually work together on ideas and just guest appearances on every show, just each of us, you know, do like a pyramid where we all just come on each other's show, that can't do nothing but help everybody. I don't understand the division. I don't understand why it's an East Coast versus West Coast, or the Damu versus KevMac, or even, you know, it don't make sense to me, man. This YouTube community is large, social media is large, and it won't hurt you to have each other on each other's channel. It can't hurt you. All it could do is bring you more subscribers. You can get other people, like Loco's channel. I don't know how many people Loco has from Texas or how many he may think he has from Texas. But everybody know the people the Magheads and Maniacs, these same people in this chat room be over on Local Vision. It's the same people. So imagine if we going to Street TV and we going to Info Minds and everybody else's Cali Faces and everybody else's channel. You're going to bring some of them people with you. So the person whose channel it is, they ought to love that. They ought to love the fact they have a chance to get new subscribers on their channel, new supporters to their platform. It don't make sense to me, but it is what it is. I'm not asking no other YouTube creator to come on my channel, and I'm definitely not asking them to put me on their channel. But it definitely can only help us. It can't hurt us. It's no way it can hurt us. So yeah, shout out to Dirt Gang TV for coming on, man, and giving his little spiel. I like his train of thought. I like his mindset. Kev, forget about Melly Mel, Big Boo Boo, and Crip Sag. Don't forget about them. Like, what you mean? Oh, because they got channels? Oh, I ain't tripping. I plugged Melly Mel and Boo Boo. I never plugged Crip Sag's channel because I never watched Crip Sag's channel. I watched him one time. Crip Sag was off the hook, and I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to go follow Crip Sag, I don't know the name of his channel. Google it, I guess, or if you know how to get to SAG, post it. I don't have a problem with none of that, but here go what I do have a problem with. I don't want to endorse nobody's channel that I don't like. Like, why would I do that? Because I want you guys to understand when I say go buy this book or go watch this channel, as Cutes would say, then I mean buy this book and go watch this channel. You feel me? Lisa Jackson, I know you feel that. But I don't want to just say go watch this channel, that channel, that channel, that channel. For what? There's channels that I don't even like that I told you guys they had a good video. Go watch this video. Because I like the video. Again, I'm not even a fan of a lot of people's YouTube content. Y'all know that. Y'all ask me about people all the time. I don't know them people. I don't know what y'all talking about. But if I see something I like, I'm going to tell y'all because I think it's worthy of you guys watching it. You might like it. If not, shit, run the views up on that video. You know, it won't hurt you. But remember when they was going around saying don't watch Kev Mac? Remember you had everybody. You had the New York Cats, and then you had the people that was believing in the conspiracies. I forget dude's channel, Wolfgang TV or something, Wolfgang or something like that. You had all them people saying, don't watch Kev Mac videos, don't follow Kev Mac. And in the comment section, I'm reading the comment section, and you got like 50 people talking about I unsubscribed, don't watch Kev Mac. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, really? I don't know if you guys remember, but my viewership on the main channel had fell like 1,200. And I'm like, man, that's cold. These dudes really messing up my subscribers. However, you know how they say any publicity is good publicity, even though I say the opposite. What happened was I ended up gaining like 1,600 followers. So like all that hate and the people that unsubscribed at the end of the day really didn't hurt because I ended up with more than I actually lost. So sometimes you mention people's name and they want to know, like, who is this? I'm going to go check them out. And then they check it out and they end up liking it. The whole time you hating, but you actually doing me a favor. No essays try to boycott Kev Mac, but you do have a lot of essays that complain, that act like they don't understand the politics and the racism that goes on with this type of stuff. But hey, Purple Rain, I forgot you was on, man. Say something.
Man, I was letting you and the New York dude talk. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be respectful and not interject. I was kind of quiet. And then now you saying your spiel on that. I didn't want to say anything.
I appreciate that, bro. We need more respectful people that understand there's a time to talk and a time to listen. I actually wanted to ask you if you had any questions before he signed out, but he hit me with the thanks, Kev, I'm out of here so quick. Mm-hmm. But
I did though. I was thinking of it, but y'all had one. I was gonna say though, Kev, when you was saying we need to be together, you was like, we all need to come together and everything. Mm-hmm. You know, you saying that? Man, why you be hating on my Clippers then? We all need to come together. We all LA.
No, we don't need to come together on that.
No. See, look, y'all see? Man, okay. But you can root for USC and UCLA at the same time, though.
Yeah, I'm actually rooting for the whole Pac-12 because
hey, look at this.
Since we've been communicating and interacting with Texas so tough and so long now, you notice even that dude I interviewed from North Carolina talking about the South is this, the South is that, the South is the best in this and that and this and that. He actually was riding off of Texas coattail. But now that we got Texas up in here talking about how good they are, I'm like, well, let's pull for our division. That's how I'm at, where I'm at on that. And I don't give a damn about no Oregon State. Don't get me wrong. Oregon has won me money over the years, so it's cool for Oregon. But USC and UCLA, I got family ties and grew up watching them both, so they always gonna get some pull. But the Clippers, though, nah, man.
Oh, see, look, watch me counter you though. Keith Cross came on the channel, man. He from the Clippers. Ain't no Laker came on the channel.
You got a good point there, bro. That's
Yeah,
a great point.
yeah.
All right, I'm finna hit LeBron up now, man. See if this old
Hey,
ankle
he got a lot of
twisting.
time. He injured. He got a lot of time on his hand.
That's what I'm
Might as
saying.
well.
Let me see if this ankle twisting, free throw missing, team hopping, city jumping.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I like I told dude from Harlem, I do have a little bias at times. So this is one of them times, man. Lakers on mine, fool.
He ain't talking to me.
I had to
Talking
throw
to y'all in the chat.
fool in there because get them Jenks in the comment section.
I see. I see.
But what was I gonna say, man? This the second time I forgot what I wanted to say. It was something about what Harlem has said. Um, damn, I'll think of it again though. Damn, Mel Qualls 100. The so-called conspiracy theory channels you talk about aren't monetized. Ain't going for that at Red Henny. So for views, that's a lie. It was monetized. It was monetized, and there was a lot of hatred directed my way for no reason. And even when they thought they had a reason, they didn't do their homework. They didn't know shit about the relationships between the names that was mentioned. And then like what people didn't realize, a lot of people didn't realize, even the guy that was hating at the time, there were so many homies there. There was like 13 homies. I'm talking about solid, reputable homies that was right there when the video was being filmed. So you can't just throw out a lie and say somebody is doing something that everybody that was there know wasn't happening. So luckily them type of politics didn't have no backlash in the hood. Actually, they did at first. But it didn't last long because there was too many people there that could speak up on the situation. And then, like I said, a lot of people had unsubscribed, man. But whatever, that shit over with. That shit been gone. That shit was like, what was that shit, like a year ago or some shit? Over a year ago or something. I have an old school Van Exel jersey, man. Damn, Cancun. Word that his house caught fire from Maravilla. All the stars are hurt. Seems like you have a core audience. Oh yeah, we definitely got a core audience. These are the same people who are always tuning in, man. And the people that's watching and pretending not to be watching, same core people doing that too.
Fact.
Yeah, man. Seems like Macheads don't play that. Now, see, the maniacs are the ones that don't play that. The Macheads just want more Kev Mac videos. The maniacs are the ones that was riding for me. Them the riders that I see in the comment section going off on people. Yeah, them the riders. The Mac heads are actually the ones that used to get on my nerve. Like, damn, them motherfuckers want me to go live again. Damn, I just put a video up. Them motherfuckers want another video. Them the Mac heads. I got 60 different Laker jerseys. I don't wear them. I keep them fresh. That's what's up, Bobby. You got 60 different Laker jerseys. Most of them probably ain't worth a damn. It might as well be a Clipper jersey, my nigga.
Oh, this guy.
I mean, cause being a Laker hater, Henny, the Lakers had a lot of bums over the years, man.
Yeah, I did. Smush Parker. What was the dude? Who was the big
Kwame,
tall dude that wasn't worth no? Kwame Brown. Thank you. Yup.
Man, we had some real bums. And then what was the
Nick
fool?
Young?
Oh man, Nick Young was funny as hell. Wasn't
That
he a
boy
Clipper
is
too?
slow brain. Yeah, he was. Yo, he sure was.
Oh, Swaggy P.
Man, when y'all got that dude from Miami, the African guy,
African from
they
Miami.
entered. It was like a couple years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
I don't remember offhand.
Man, I can't think of his name. Luau Dang.
Oh yeah, yeah. Came from
Had
the
Luau
board.
Dang. Yeah, the Bulls. My bad. Yeah,
He didn't do shit for us.
he did it, man. Y'all got him when he was washed. Oh no, let me say something, Kev. You said something a couple lines ago. You said us Clipper fans start talking about our stars bad when they leave. When they lead the team, we say they washed up. Blake Griffin is washed up. The man has not dunked in 2 years. It's over. It's over. He's officially washed.
Hmm. Yeah, y'all loved Blake though, man.
We did. We loved him. We don't love him no more.
I actually took a picture of Blake Griffin at a Clipper game one time, and I always wanted to blow it up. I got it at 8 by 10 at one point. I think I threw that shit away, but it would be a nice picture worth him signing, man. I forgot how many he scored. I think he scored like 52 or something that day. And I was like, oh shit, I was here to watch it.
Who was
Oh,
they playing? You remember?
nah, probably the Pacers, I think. I still got the picture though. I just have to dig through my hard drives. Cause I run across it when I'm not looking for it. I can't even
Yep, y'all
tell
got
you.
Dwight Howard when he was trash.
Yeah, we
Man,
did.
yeah. Man.
And I got his jersey.
Steve Nash when he was trash.
Oh man. Well, you might as well go with Horace Grant, Carl Malone, Gary Payton.
Oh yeah, I thought y'all was gonna do something when y'all got Carl and Gary, boy. That was all over the city.
Man, one thing about LA teams, as far as I can remember, we always get washed up players from other teams. We wait too late. We wait till they down there ready to retire before we go get these players.
That's true. Like when the Dodgers got Manny Ramirez.
Manny balled though. He was so ignorant. But he balled. Remember they had Manny Wood. They made the outfield for him.
Yep.
Yeah, they got Mookie while he was young. That's rare. And then back in the day, they got some pitchers, Don Suttons and Bert Hootens and all them while they was young. Bob Welch, I think we got him as a rookie. Him and Dave Stewart. I mean, of course, not every player, but just overall.
Queen said we got Lamar Odom when he was trash. Or when he was washed up. Lamar Odom started with the Clippers. We got him when he was the best.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah. Oh man, they said Kurt Rambis. At least he used to hustle though. I ain't mad at a player that hustles or do the dirty work, get up in there and commit hard fouls. I don't like a player that commit dumb fouls. Now that's the Dwight Howard all day long. He said that's exactly what the Raiders do, pick up all the trash. I remember the Clippers had Darius Miles. They thought Miles was going to be all
Man,
of that.
that was my squad with Quinn Richardson and
Oh,
Elton
man.
Brand, Mar
Oh,
Odom,
man.
Troy
Elton was
Maggette.
hard. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Elton was hard. Yeah,
Maggette looked so big. That ball looked so small in his hand and shit. He used to look awkward with the
yeah,
basketball. He's
that's
another
real.
guy who used to commit dumb fouls. Because I liked Maggette because he played hard. He got his money. But I used to be like, man, why would you foul on that play? It don't make no sense. Yeah, we mentioned Smush Parker off the top. Henny guy said
Yeah,
that first.
that's the number one bozo player for the Lakers.
My man better burn some of them 80 jerseys he don't wear.
Man, send them to Goodwill.
For real. Kev, did you see Tookie on the Gong Show back in the 70s? Yes, sir. I didn't see it when I was back in the 70s, but I seen it once social media came. Look at
Man,
so
we need to get that. We need to get that cute Soul Train video. Somebody gotta find that.
man, that was so funny. I said, "Cuse, did you walk the line?" Yeah.
uh,
I could imagine Cuse. I bet you he had one of them big long ass collars. I guarantee you, one of them silk collars.
oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, I know he did because I seen a picture of Cutes with the long sideburns and them big ass collars. He had to wear something like that to Soul Train.
Man, that was fresh back in the day. Super fresh.
It's funny how you can live a point in time and you think you cool and you fit in, you look like, that's the style.
Yeah.
And then you look at the picture later on, you be like, God damn, I look like a crackhead, smoker.
Uh,
It don't look
let's
right.
talk about the let's talk about the big pants. Remember everybody had the big old baggy pants? Hey man,
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy looking at it like way too big.
yeah.
Way too big. I'll be looking at the old basketball ball players, like Allen Iverson to put up something on his Instagram with them big ass pants. I'll be like, damn, we was doing a little too much. I can understand baggy, but we was going a little too hard.
Somebody said, what about the hammer pants, the parachute pants?
Man, straight up.
That was MC Hammer, man. Don't put that on everybody. Him and Boogaloo Shrimp, the Booyah tribe. Which is funny because the Booyah tribe was real gang members. They was really out there doing their shit and doing the dancing and shit. He says, so you're cool with dudes wearing tight jeans that their little sister
No,
wear?
no, I never. When I was a part of the generation that started that shit. I never. When they had the bright, colorful pants, the blue, the turquoise blue and the yellow and the orange, man, looking like highlighters, man. They were doing too much. Just bright for no reason. I ain't
Yeah,
never was with that.
a lot of people don't talk about tight clothes was in the 80s, more
Oh
so
yeah.
in the mid 80s. That's a true fact. That's true, but not like this. People wasn't wearing stretch pants, and niggas wasn't wearing skirts, and niggas wasn't
Oh yeah.
sagging with brief boxers hanging out. I mean, brief underwear. Then what do you call them? The Dunton.
Mm-hmm. Tidy
Niggas,
whities.
yeah, niggas wasn't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't see niggas' nipples sticking out their t-shirts. You weren't that tight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, they took it too far. I was in high school. Dudes was getting everything pierced. Their eyebrows, their lip, their tongue. I was looking like, man, this shit going, it's out of hand. It's too much.
Man,
It just became a trend. They was doing too much.
these dudes, and I'm not talking about young niggas, because the nigga in my mind right now is an older nigga. Want to be a model. This nigga got loops in his nipples, in his nose. Like, man, what type of shit is that?
You
Like,
got called gay if you had a piercing that wasn't on your ear. I remember that.
without
The only
question,
reason why certain things was acceptable when Tupac had that little nose ring. They was kind of like giving people a pass for that, but
man. I mean, to each his own. I never judged a dude based on his earring.
yeah.
Like, what type of nigga pierces his nipples and call himself a? I ain't even gonna say what he was, but some people know who I'm talking about. It's like you want to be hard, you want to be tough, you want to be a leader, nigga. Ain't nobody finna dress and look like you with all that shit. Yeah, originally earrings was meant for your left ear, and if you put it in the right ear, people thought you was gay. But then eventually, a certain group of people sported in their right ear and both ears. So, but like I said, I never judged nobody on that shit. But I always thought like, what the fuck is going on here though? Man.
Man, styles be changing crazy.
Yeah, times is way different, man. But like I was telling Smith 702, as much as we think it's way different, there's still a lot of similarities though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Cause y'all was wearing them tight leather pants back in the 80s.
Who's y'all?
Whoever was in the 80s.
No, you mean whoever was wearing tight leather pants. I ain't never wore no leather pants, nigga. Tight or sagging, nigga.
You was like Eddie Murphy and Raw.
You mean Eddie Murphy was looking like he took it wrong. That's what you mean. You know, him and Arsenio Hall, they did they shit. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't part of the culture, my nigga. They was on some Hollywood shit.
Oh man.
But
Homies overall. Yup.
yeah, man. I mean, you know, I don't even want to start, man. I'll start getting calls about that kid.
No, go ahead, Kev. Go ahead. Just go ahead and take this out the log.
No, it's cool. 70 babies was wearing them biker shorts. This nigga crazy. I know the ladies was wearing them, boy. Them was some good days, boy. Nothing but ass and monkey in your face.
Yeah, man, that's like that.
The ones I didn't like was like a girl from like a low income area would have on them yellow ones, and it'd be like, damn, like the motherfuckers got stains in them and shit. Like, they go get you some fresh biker shorts. Like, why you wearing them old ass biker shorts? Look like the baby that spilled milk on them biker shorts or something. Boy, you done sweated
Oh,
them and couldn't get the sweat out when you washed them or something. You never saw an earring in just the right ear in LA, Chicago. It had gang ties. Man. Yeah, I want some of my New York partners though that I know from the 80s to come on, man. Just to hear they spiel. Like I said, we didn't go off into nothing. I didn't prep them for these interviews. I want to get it raw, get whatever whatever they feel, whatever it is, if it opposes me or goes with what I'm saying. But I know these dudes and I knew some of the conversations that was going on back then. And I know they authentic. They authentic dudes. They established, published records. They got albums out back in the day. Well, damn, really, Kev? Yeah, really. Looking like a walking yeast infection. Boy, it looked worse than a yeast infection, man. They was wearing karate suits like that. Ah, man, y'all too much, man. Y'all way too much. Yeah, I keep thinking about the starter Jacksons, man. Those were the ones, Kev, man. Man, times was way different, bro. But again, a lot of similarities. I would have got off by now, Henny God, but I've been for the last 30 minutes, I'm trying to think of what I forgot. Maybe another 30
man,
minutes I'll remember. But,
straight like that.
yeah, what happened to AC and Raymond Washington relationship after the peace treaty was over in Compton? Well, you know, Raymond had went to prison. Raymond went to prison the end of 72. AC ended up going to YA. He never seen Raymond again. People don't remember the bomber jackets, the Batman jackets, the Dickie jackets. I don't think they was called Dickie jackets though. Remember the members only? You could lose your life for a starter coat back then. As crazy as it may seem, yeah, some people really got robbed for they members only, for their starter jacket, they Batman jackets. That's crazy. People really used to get their coats taken like that, and they wasn't even leather. But I guess that's what the Crips. That's what the Avenue started. I'm not gonna put that on the Crips because Craig Munson said they was already doing it before the Crips was even came out. Man, most of Raymond friendships was short. Dude started Crips in '69 and was killed in '79. So you got 10 years with him, right? As far as the gangbang years. Take away 2 to 3, 72 to 75. Take away 3 years of him being in prison. That leaves 7. Now, depending on who you talk to, that says he left the gang, he didn't deal with gang members, he ran with motorcycle clubs, and then the other side is they say Raymond was always on deck. So you talking like 7 year maximum friendship with dude. Members only jacket with the shag. Oh man, for real. Damn, Misha got a good memory. She must be looking at some old pictures. Oh yeah, the jean jackets, the Levi jackets. Do NHCC beef with gangsters in LA or Compton? They don't have gangsters in Compton unless you're talking about like Palm and Oak, which I believe is considered Linwood. Um, but not that I know of. The Comptons got along with basically gangsters and Hoovers. That's LA politics. LA politics is different from Compton. Compton is different from LA. They don't follow our Compton always stood on their own, man. Compton was always Compton. And whoever rode with Compton, whether it was Watts or Linwood, or whoever was gonna roll with Compton, they didn't get down like South LA or the east side of LA.
Hey Kev, I got a question.
Yeah.
Who do like Harbor City and San Pedro? Who do they roll with?
Um well I could tell you the Dodge City, they roll with the neighborhoods, um, I guess like the East Side gangsters. So I'm pretty sure they didn't get along with Hoover for them to end up on our road with us.
Hmm.
Or if they did, it wasn't no serious beef. But they were sold up with the neighborhoods. But I honestly, just to keep it fair, I really don't know who their enemies are.
Hmm.
I just know I know they was in the cell with East Coast, and we got into it, and I pulled Dodge City into my cell with the '60s, and so yeah, him and his homeboy rode with us. Who had more rank, Mike Concepcion or Barefoot Pookie? Mike Concepcion was older, and he had a different type of reputation than Pookie. Pookie was a rider. Pookie was a young rider, a teenage screw up, man. Pookie was one of them that the older guys just thought was an asshole, man. Always getting in some trouble, always kicking shit off. Barefoot Pookie was the one that was gonna start some shit all the time. He was the one that people his age had to worry about. Mike Concepcion and some of the older guys were more off in the hustling and pimping. Well, I think I'm not exactly sure what year Concepcion was born, but he's older than Pookie, 56, 1956. He's older than that, but he's probably just guessing. He might be a year or two under Raymond, probably 2 years under Raymond, or a year under Raymond, probably. That's just a guess, though. I don't remember. Man, his bio don't even have nothing. I don't know, bro. I went to school with them at Narbonne. So Mike Concepcion is just under the founders. Wow, that's huge. Yeah. He definitely like 53, 54, or 1955. He's probably older than 55 though. That would be Honcho in there. I'm thinking Mike Concepcion might have been born in 1954. Hmm. That's deep, Misha G. She says every time she watched those old documentaries about gangs, she wonders who's still alive. When I look at old documentaries now, it's funny because I see people on there that I know now but didn't know back then. Yeah, he's somewhere in Donald Archie's era. Mike Concepcion is known to have been a payback. Is Jed Brewer around the same age? You mean Jam Brewer from Inglewood? Jam would probably be closer to Pookie's age. Pookie, uh, yeah, probably Pookie's age. Man, I don't wish to talk about stuff that somebody has politely asked me not to talk about. Who was the first legend you knew? Shit, I don't know, man. I knew a lot of dudes coming up. I couldn't tell you who the first legend was that I know. I know the first time I met Melvin Hardy, I was like, him and Warlock was like, okay, all right, that was something different. Here come one of my OG partners, nigga. Here come one of my OG partners up in this joint. He gonna set it straight right here. Y'all done start talking history. He like, nigga, let me get up on here. Let me set Kev, the Mac heads, and the Maniacs straight. Right here, right now.
Mm.
And he even gets to say hi to Henny Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Hey, man, why do you call yourself Henny Jesus?
Oh, no.
That's a cool name because, see, Jesus probably drank Henny. I know Lisa's shaking right now. She feeling it right now. Let me make sure I sent him the right link because he ain't clicked in yet. You ever had a Jerry curl, Kevin? Yeah, I had a Jerry curl and a perm. I think it was ignorance though. Like I had cool hair. Like I didn't need no Jerry curl or no perm. But it was just the lifestyle, man, and doing something different, man.
I heard jerk curls ruin your hair.
That's
Is
what
that
they
true?
say. They say that. I also had a relaxer. And when I went to get the relaxer, I went over there to Inglewood by the serving spoon, and it was a guy, and he says, man, what do you want? What do you want a relaxer for? I said, I just want to relax. He like, man, your hair is already relaxed. OG cutes.
What's up, you guys? How you doing tonight, my brother Kev?
Man, I'm like nervous. Like, did you hear me say something wrong that made you want to come on or what?
Oh no, I was liking what you was a lot of. They don't talk a lot about Michael Concepcion, so he's a friend of mine. I gangbanged with him, and fact is, he was one of Raymond's favorites. So Mike, Raymond, Washington, Pookie, me, we was like mainly like the little crew that Raymond would hook up with on the weekends, and we would go down on Crenshaw to the Kappa House, and we would be banging at parties and shit down on over there where the Menlos are at. We used to go over there banging and shit because the Brims would give parties over there. So before
Oh man, you froze, cutes. You're gonna have to come back on, man. I'm gonna kick you out. Damn, Cutes was getting busy, wasn't he?
Yo,
He's ready to give it all up. Y'all was getting ready to get Concepcion, Cutes, Barefoot Pookie with Raymond Watson stories. Like Raymond came to get them young dudes off that west side. Man, I like Cutes, man. He know how to he know how to articulate a story and give a good story, man.
man, Q's get love all across the city. I don't know nobody who don't like you.
It's people that, we just got haters in this culture, but for the most part, no, not for the most part. I'm gonna make sure I say it right. Even his haters give him the utmost respect. The ones that I spoke to, they be like, "No, Cutes was that guy. Yep, he was a real gangbanger. Yep, he was the one that people got their style from. He was the one that people learned from and followed behind." So we'll keep it at that. Monster Cody said Monster Cody said Big Rebo was a Crips Crip. But Cutes is just like, he's everybody's Crip. He's a cool Crip. Shotgun QT.
Fact.
I like when Q say, "Oh, that guy, he was a buster."
Hell yeah.
I love when Q say that shit. When Q calls somebody a buster, you better believe that fool was a buster.
I
Because
think it'll probably sting if he call you a buzzer because he ain't playing. He say that
man,
shit with conviction.
Cute ain't a hater. Cute's like everybody. So when he
Yep.
say you a buster, look out. Damn, I gotta get Cute's back on, man. He was ready to go.
He sure was. He started off, he said hey to you, and then he was in story mode. He was ready.
Man, he was ready. He said, Mike Concepcion was my friend. He was like, Raymond liked him. He was one of Raymond's favorites. Marlon Guest, good looking out, bro. That's well worth waiting 30 minutes, man. Oh, that guy's a buster. OG Cute. Cute's is good for that. Here we go. He back.
Hopefully
Oh, man.
this will go on better.
Okay, there we go. But we don't
Is
see
it coming in a little?
I hear you clear, but
I wish I was at work. Then I would get better reception.
Oh, okay. Are you on your way to work? Damn it, Cutes. You got me wanting to hear the stories now.
Man, for real.
He said Q start off like an episode from Miami Vice. Everybody ready for Cutes, man. Damn. It don't look like we're gonna get Cuse tonight, man. Yeah, he said he's not at work, so he's not gonna get no good reception. Oh yeah, I love when Q say he's a hook. That's the word we used to use when we was growing up. Nigga, you a hook. Or you didn't want to be a hook. That's before Mark and all that. Oh man, we could do a book on Q's quotes, man.
Oh yeah.
I should write a book on KMV's funniest quotes or best quotes, man.
Oh, that'd be a bestseller right there, Kev.
Man, that should be funny. Ain't nobody gonna buy it but the Mac heads and maniacs. Yeah, I'm with you, Red Henny. You should change your name to Little Henny God, man.
No, don't do
Let's
that.
start getting some second generation Mac heads and maniacs. Sometimes, baby, you say Kev, he always on the go somewhere. Man, I wish Mump would be a regular on here. Mump's a good dude to listen to, man. He got so much positivity. But Mump kills me. When y'all say I'm not biased, Mump is not biased. Mump gonna give you that raw, real, and it could be his best friend that he might pop on. Because he just gonna keep that shit all the way 100. And then, like, the best friend can't really say nothing because it be the truth. Henny God Slick, Rich Gang. Rich Gang. Man, we're going to give Cutes, what, 15 minutes? Oh, man, that was funny. He said, man, I tucked my rag, exit stage left.
Kev, asked where your wrench at.
I know, I seen that. Uh-oh. Austin, Texas, feeling like the big homie to Miss 702. He got a little home girl. He set tripping. He age tripping. Cutes always say he was my best friend. You know, I got a homie. I got a homie named Peanut. You know, Peanut's a solid dude. Peanut always says that too, because when we was young, that's the term we used to use. There you go, Cutes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work now. I got from behind the damn mountain.
Yeah, you look like you on a burglary right now.
Oh shit.
You got the
Yeah,
sweat
man.
on and the beanie.
Yeah, I'm behind the wheel.
So they want to know your Mike Christian story with Raymond coming to get you, Mike, and Pookie.
Yeah, so on the weekends, that's who hung together. It would be me, Mike, Raymond, Pookie. Sometime Raymond, he would go and get Mike first. And then they would build, and me and Pookie, we would build, and we would all meet up sometime, or sometime we would all be in the same car. But every time we would be together, we was gangbanging. I mean, it was no other purpose for.
Damn. He must have went by another month.
So Mike, could you hear me good?
Yeah, now.
Okay, so Mike, he would always be the one to jump the shit off. Like, we would be fighting these grown men, right? because the Brims were grown men. So when we would fight them, when we would be fighting with Elgin and them boys, we would basically be fighting grown men. And man, them fights would be hard as fuck. And sometimes it would be more. And by the time he gets there, we already like turned the party out. The police would already be on the block, and they just start using the helicopter. So once they got the helicopter technology, they would just light us up. So everybody had to disperse and shit. So we would just be, man, having fun, man, on the weekends. Our favorite places to go back then, like I said, we would go to the Kappa House. If we wasn't there, then they would get these parties up at the schools and shit. We would go to those. They would have dances all down the back streets. We would attend all the dances. Michael Concepcion liked to fight the Inglewood family. So we would always go to their functions and stuff and be fighting them. And so Mike had a personal relationship with fighting them. So I had a personal relationship with fighting the Van Ness boys. So I would always try to get them to go on that side with me. And then Raymond, he would be like, he wouldn't mind going with us to different spots, but he would never tell us not to do it. Like he would be like, come on, let's do it. So one night, I don't know if it was the Karate Federation or whatever it was, but me and Mike, we started fighting these dudes in the middle of Washington, and they were throwing karate on us real good. And so Raymond came out there, and this dude tried to put Raymond in a chokehold, and then Mouse and them and Pookie and all them came up out of the Kappa House, and then we mopped these dudes, and we were equally yoked that night, and we whipped their ass, and we didn't know no karate at all, but we fucked them dudes up, and we were fighting them for a long time right there in the middle of the street and shit. Yeah. And Mike, he was putting it down that night. That wasn't the last night that I gangbanged with Mike, though. See, Mike went to Washington, but by the time I got there, he had already graduated. So I knew him. I knew his brother. His brother had a band. So his band would be able to showcase. So Mike always told me to keep an eye on his brother at the showcase, because the showcase was the type of club where all the gangs would come up there. And whoever was deep that night, that's who's basically going to hold it down. But the gang fights would always take place in the alley right next to the showcase and across the street, because these gas stations would close down and we would park our cars up in there. And they got the one on the Adams side where the showcase is at is lined with an alley. So these dudes from the Hoover family that lived back over there, they would always get real deep, and they would rush us from that alley back there. And we would always be fighting them back up in there. So I was kind of happy when the Pico Crips started. Now we got more Harlems coming, to back us up. Because all of that was in their backyard. So that was mainly the Crips were so big, each Crip gang basically had a theater to itself of a group, a cell of another gang that they was into it with. The good thing about Cripping back then is that if one Crip set was having it kind of hard, then the other set would roll in and give them some backup. And we would do that occasionally, basically, once a week. So we all had cars, so we was mobile. But back when Raymond was on the set, we would go by bus and car. Raymond had a 53, Chevy Bomb. Mouse had a car. I had a car. So we had cars and shit. So we was able to get our bang going, and we was able to move around. Michael Concepcion always had a car too. So Tookie had a car. But Tookie was doing like grown man shit and gang banging, but Bob Simmons had plucked him away from us and started getting him to think more business minded with running halfway houses and boys' homes and shit. So Took was trying to evolve, but his rep was so big, we would always pull him back into the shit with us. And it wasn't hard to do because Took used to like all the attention. And he would gangbang too. Melvin Hardy, he would bang a little, but not a lot. Because Melvin's neighborhood, they were up there. Their theater was mainly with the APBs. And by the time we got deep, most of those gangs, they didn't die out, but their banging wasn't like up to par with the way we were doing it. They were holding down their little area in their neighborhood, but they wasn't going out hunting like we were doing. And if they were, then they wasn't doing it at the level that we were doing it in. And so that's what I remember. But Mike was a little older than us. I think he was more like Mouse's age. I don't think he was the same age as Stanley, but he was right up in there with them. So that's what I remember.
Let me ask you, when I talked to Monkey Man, he loved him some Tookie, man. But did he hang with Raymond Washington?
Yeah. Okay. You broke up a little when you said that. What did you say again about Monkey Man?
I said when I spoke to Monkey Man, he loved him some Tookie. Everything was Tookie. And I asked, did Monkey Man hang with Raymond Washington?
Oh no. Monkey Man's crew was now these are the people who banged when I was just getting into my banging. Monkey Man's crew was Tookie. It was Buddha. See, they had their own crew. Tookie, Buddha, Monkey Man, Melvin Hardy, Donald Archie. They had like the hardest crew because they were older and they were our crew. I remember I think it was
we didn't get none of that.
Bunchy was a crybaby. Yeah, Bunchy, could you hear me a little?
I hear you now. We didn't get none of that Monkey Man stuff. Oh, you froze up, Cutes. Don't worry about it. Big Devil is a diesel mechanic and locomotive engineer. Kev, is the story true about Taboo knocking out Jamel Bourne? You know what? There's a lot of truth to them stories, but I personally, because I heard so many of them, I don't really know who was who.
Yeah, my phone tripping.
Hey, Keeks, was you there when Taboo knocked out Jamel Barnes?
No, I never saw. Even though I don't like Jamel's behavior, I'm not gonna make up some shit. Jamel can fight, and I never see nobody whip Jamel but one person, and that person's not here right now. And I don't want to badmouth Jamel just for the sake of badmouthing him. But Jamel had hands. Jamel could fight, and I never saw nobody knock Jamel out. I seen Jamel have a good fight and he lost, but I never seen him get dropped.
Yeah, a lot of dudes from Athens say they seen it, so I don't have no reason to think it didn't happen. But
it must have happened, but I didn't see. I wasn't a witness of it, and I really never heard about that.
All right, somebody got a question for you. Do you know if Mike Concepcion ever started his own set?
Michael Concepcion and Pookie were allies on starting games. So you got to realize Michael Concepcion came to us from Watts. Michael Concepcion grew up in Watts. They were gangbanging in Watts before they became Crips.
Yeah, Nicholson.
So Mike and them's pre-Crip. You know, Mike and them grew up around pig meats and all them hard dudes that came up out of Watts. You know, so he was exposed to the streets at a very young age. And Mike was a rough dude. Before Mike got his accident, Mike could fight too. He could throw drop kicks. He was real athletic and fast and buff. Mike was real.
Man, that had to be tough going up against them crews Cutes always talk about, man. He said the pig meats.
So that's why when people say anything bad about him or say, oh, he didn't gangbang, and I say, no, And one time Chuck said a little something in his book about he didn't know Mike, but he knew Mike. And what it was is that Chuck used to go with Mike's sister, so their blood became kind of bad. So that's why Chuck kind of like upset a little at Mike, so he didn't want to put him down in the history. But anybody that cripped, back in the day knew that Mike was was the real deal. Mike wasn't no studio gangster, if that's what they try to think.
Yeah, I heard Mike was a hell of a fighter, one of the top fighters, but I never really heard.
Oh yeah, Mike was a top fighter, and the good thing about it is that I can speak about it, in a non-biased way, because my brothers in them end up gangbanging against Mike. When that crack war shit started, so I could even say that we've been friends and foe. So that's how deep our history go in this gangster shit.
Right.
But Mike would swoop me up in the Cadillac. Back then, Mike had like a 1964 Brougham, and we would go up to Southwest College because that's where all the Crips were going that had graduated from Washington. AC was going there.
All right, your shit went out again, man. Yeah, so you got it from Cutes, y'all. Y'all got it from Cutes.
Those were the good old days back then. Mike, anyway, he'd been sick. So he was in the hospital. So they sent me pictures. So hopefully he's doing better now because he came home from the hospital.
Okay. Well, when you talk to him, send him my well wishes, man.
Yeah, I haven't really got a chance to talk to him, but people that know him and know me, they always send word back and forth. Mike said he's glad you home. Then I'll send word back because, he got a lot of motherfucking trolls and shit. So I ain't one of them kind of dudes that's going to try to troll somebody because they're a millionaire or something. I was friends with the dude when we were both, dusty pockets.
Man, that dude living good, man. He living an American dream.
Yeah, and he deserved it because he worked hard for everything.
Worked hard for it and was smart enough to keep it.
We always keep our nose to the grindstone, like that brother we interviewed the other day, named Devil. See that we set a good example for him. Look how he's rolling.
Yeah, Devil seemed pretty solid, bro. Hey, Asiatic Supreme said, "Are you related to Little Diamond from A-Tray?"
Related to who?
Little Diamond.
I used to go to Little Diamond's auntie, a young lady by the name of Carmen. And Little Diamond's best friend was my little brother, Mr. Lucky. So we related by street cousins.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's a trip.
A lot of people don't know that Little Diamond's grandfather was a famous bebop singer. I can't think of his name right off, but he cut records, and I used to jam him in my car. It had a cool old beat to it. And his grandfather was real up in age, so I didn't really get to enjoy him like I wish I would have.
Man, they want to know when Mouse and Mike had the drug wars, who was riding with Mike?
Mike hooked up the dudes out of Watts, and I guess he hooked up some Hoovers with him too, because everybody liked it. Mike, he was liked, And as you know, our drug spot was in 60 Hood over there off of Bryanhurst. That was a street 10th Ave all back up in there. So that's where we had an apartment back up in there. You had to be hard to be back up in there. You wasn't known, and you think you'll just come up in there and set up shop, you're going to get fucked up before the night's out. Especially back in these days. That was like the Wild Wild West.
Man.
And of course, we grew up walking down the back streets, going down the alleys, going across the railroad track,
Them was
basically
the
in
days.
our youth.
Them was the days, man. I remember when I was coming up. I'm way younger than you. That you knew when you walked down that alley, boy, it might go down.
Hell yeah, you got to have some heart to go down the alleys. And I
Yeah.
used to live in the alley. What
That's
I
why.
mean by that,
That's
I
why
would set up shop in the alley.
they put gates on a lot of them alleys.
Yeah. Oh man, that was the worst thing I ever experienced. When I would go back after I got out after all them years, and I wanted to go down me and Chuck's favorite alley, that back western, and they put gates all through the alley. Now the youngsters can't even run and get away no more. That's why so many people were getting. I would have got shot in the damn alleys. I used to hit kids when mothers would be cat.
Yeah, that was a trip. But see, when
And
we
they
was,
blocked off streets in Inglewood, big old
yeah,
flower
oh,
plant pots. And I was wondering why motherfuckers didn't take their cars, wrap a chain around that shit, and move that shit out. See, that was the difference between my era and the other era. Because that's exactly what we would have done.
yeah,
We would
but
have chained that shit up and drug it.
But see, they did that, and people would try to move shit, and then they put curbs up there. Once they put the
Oh,
curbs, ain't nothing you can do about it.
yeah, they bordered the shit in. I know what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know
that's
exactly.
a trip how they did Centinela or that area like that, man.
Yeah, man, we used to could run all up and through there and have a quick getaway and whatnot. Now you go through there, you going to jail.
Hey, Big Devil want to come on for 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here after y'all chop it up.
All right.
Cause we already been on for 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we don't gotta overdo it. We can come on again, me, Devil. You get us on again. We can chill tonight.
Yeah,
Play
I'll
back
go
with you.
25 minutes. I'll go 25 minutes, but that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, he must have something interesting to say or to ask you.
Okay, cool.
Kev,
Big Devil we were with the other night?
Yeah. Kev,
all
did
right.
Crips run with the Crips who went to prison for the murder over the leather jacket in 72?
Oh no, that was Big Bob in there. That was Big Bob and Baycock and all them. No, they had their own crew. And remember, Crips make crews. And they had a tight-knit crew, and that was their crew. Mouse's crew was Ricky Henderson, Keith Henderson, Gary Lane, Barney Five. Mouse had his own crew. Tookie had his own crew. Me and Pookie, we had our own crew, so we all had crews. Some of the crews didn't like each other.
Yeah, they was older than you guys.
Yeah, so we had our own little crew. That's why when the homie came on and Sweetback Don Archie, he said, yeah. And when the youngsters put it down, they represented it well. He was talking about us. He's talking about us, the young crews. And he says that he refers to us.
Oh,
which was only right.
15 minutes, but shit, when he come on, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, well, we can come on another night. I'll speak to
Yeah,
them.
but it's always fun to have you on, man. People love you, bro.
Hey man, I enjoy our fans. What's up, Devil?
Oh no, this a different person, Cute. I just been quiet listening to your story. I'm doing good. How about you?
That's cool, man. Pretty good, man. You know, just hanging in there, man, one day at a time, staying strong, you know, and vigilant.
Yep.
Carrying a positive message in the urbanite, you know, the inner city, uplifting my brothers in the penitentiary and on the street, you know, telling them never to drop out. If you choose to get out of the game, you can get out of it in an honorable way. You don't got to get out of no foul way. Never throw your brother under the bus.
Let's see who this cat is right here, man. What's up, blood?
Salute, salute.
Where you from, man? Who are you?
Oh, my bad. I'm in the wrong channel. But salute, my brothers, man. I appreciate you letting me in. Somebody just sent me this link on the chat, so I don't even know what was that about.
Oh, okay. You just hopped the link. Where you from? You from California?
Nah, I'm from New York.
Oh, New York guy. You a
Yeah,
Damo?
man. Huh?
You a Damo?
Nah.
Oh, all right. All right, bro. Bye. Peace.
Welcome aboard, New York. You can see me better now, huh?
Yeah, I see you. There go Devil.
Where's Devil?
Yeah, all right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, Mac.
What up?
I made the big leagues. That was the little homie say. You don't know kevmacvideos. Nah, yeah. Oh, you made the big league.
How you been, Devil?
I was just chilling, man, on my hour lunch break. We're supposed to be 30 minutes, but I take an hour.
Shit, I was. Oh, go ahead.
When we take our breaks, we take a break.
Hell yeah, you moving in trains and shit.
Yeah, I was going to ask you when you caught your time. What year was it? What was your original sentence?
I did 32 years. I got locked up in 1979, and my original sentence wasn't a good sentence. It was a bad sentence, and I have remorse for my crime, and I don't talk about my crime, but I did a lot of time, and I deserved all the years that I done, because I was basically, continuing more of the same. So I did all of my time on the main line and in the hole. I never threw none of my homies up under the bus. I never refused to go out to the yard, whether we were outnumbered or we had the number, and, I've been in gang activity in the prison and on the street prior to going to prison. And, so there was another crew that went to prison from the West Side Crips way before I went, and that was Big Bob, Baycott, all of those brothers over there. It was the little crew they had, and those were the ones who went to jail for the Robert Ballou case. Unfortunately, it took place at the Hollywood Palladium.
In other words, Cutes is one of them ones, Devil.
Yeah, I see that because I can see that how he kept his sanity after all them years. Because I know some people that did a lot of years, a whole bunch of years in prison. They get out and they institutionalize. They can't, adapt to the change, the time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's cool how you just adapt to the change of time and working and everything, in good spirits and good health and stuff. It's cool.
And that's a good observation, Devil, because John Cluchetti, one of the Soledad brothers, he imparted with me a thing. I lived next door to him when I was in 4A over there with the real riders, and he looked at me like, I guess, like a little kid, but a down ass little kid. And he used to always tell me about these dudes taking this medication and, not knowing how to do their time and getting high and just want to be fucked up off of glue and paint. And he was just telling me all the shit that fucks a man's mind up. And he says, if you're going to be in here, you need two things. You need to be fit and you need to have a sound mind. In order to keep that, that's going to be your battle until the day that you go home. So I used to always fight for my mind, and I would fight for my health, because you got to remember, brother, they had epidemics in there. Listen to this shit. They had all of these men in a close proximity. They also had this area where they would bring people in that had crossed illegally. So they had a high level of tuberculosis in there. They had a high level of valley fever. They had a high level of SARS. And all of these things were going on in here that would kill people. And I never caught any of that shit outside of all that other shit they had in there too. Sexually transmitted diseases and all that stuff. I was seeing people dying, dog. You know, they don't talk about that shit a lot. But I saw a lot of people die, you know. And I had a lot of friends that died too. Some by the knife and some by the gun and some by these diseases and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So I was not only strong in combat, I had a good immune system too. You know, I credit that to listening to the elders who would impart knowledge on me. Don't get high, cutes. Don't drink Pruno. Don't smoke this weed in here. Just be cool, kid, and you go get through it. And because he would talk to me all night because I had him bust up laughing. I would go on one, and they would have their quiet time, and I would be talking shit to everybody. And then I said, if y'all think I'm a cell soldier, and I'm going to have the police sign me up to that yard, and we could have a fair fight. And then they would be like laughing like a motherfucker. They would say, who upset the kid? Who upset the fucking kid? Like, but I would really be mad. I would really want to fight one of them and shit. And then eventually I seen that they liked me. So I quit being real defensive and real like sensitive when someone would say something. I always thought someone was trying to punk me or make me they hook. So I was always quick to jump the gun. Because, like I said, I was leery of older people. I don't know why,
So
but
cute.
that's how my homies taught me.
So why do you think somebody would want to make you into a hook? Because you were short or because you were light skinned?
I don't know. It could have been a combination of things. Maybe because I talk proper. Maybe because they feel since they got to prison before I did, that my violent level wasn't as high as, they didn't realize how high my violent level was until I would give a demonstration. Then they would say, oh, fuck, this little motherfucker got hard. And then they would be, and then I wouldn't be nobody's entertainment either. Because motherfuckers would try to manipulate that too. But I would be up on that shit too. So I was like, you know, I was like, okay, I only look up to the motherfuckers I grew up with, my G's. And they say, well, who's your G's? I say, my G's is Big Tookie, Raymond Washington. Well, we heard James Miller. They said, oh, those are you? I say, yeah. I say, those are the dudes I look up to. I write letters to them. I get information from them. They give me information. We agree on shit like that. And then they would say, oh, okay, so you a Crip. I say, yeah, I'm a Crip. Like that.
Right.
You don't want to be up under this paperwork, man. You a good little soldier, man. You should come over here and roll with us, man. You can still be a Crip. I say, man, you can't serve two masters, man. I say, I'm a Crip until the day I die. I said, my homeboy who rests in peace, Big Buddha, said we do or die. So I'm going to be a Crip till I die, you know. Now that I don't gangbang no more because I choose not to, I'm still a Crip. I'm still going to always be labeled as a Crip. You know, you got active Crips and you got Crips that's not active. But I don't know how you can say this guy is a dropout Crip. If you drop out, you're not a Crip anymore. You lose your Crip credentials. You're just a motherfucking dropout, nigga. So anybody that thought you was a part of this shit and you dropped out, turned Benedict Arnold on us, and you ain't no Crip. You a dropout. Don't even mention the word Crip. I'm sure the Bloods probably feel the same way about some of their Benedict Arnolds too. But you know, I don't run their house. That's why you see all these fucked up hey devil. That's why you see these fucked up shows that come on YouTube. You got these dropouts trying to tell a gangster story and they narrating from a dropout standpoint. And you got all these other busters listening to them like they credible. And I'm talking about all the different races that do that shit. That shit ain't cool. Motherfuckers shouldn't be even giving them no life. I mean, like, why you listening to that dude? He's gonna say shit about every race he can say shit about. They're trying to get back in the car with his race, but they're not accepting him back in the car. He's a dropout.
Yes.
And then they play that little music. They show some of his old pictures that he collected, the cops collected, and talk bad about people that got family members, and they got to listen to this shit and see pictures of their daddy, their uncle, and this dude's making them look like they animals. You know, like they stuck in this mindset. What if someone came on Devil and just talked about you when you was jacking and tearing shit up down in Linwood, and now you evolved, but they don't want to mention that part. They just want to keep you frozen in time when you was just a zip damn fool. You know what I'm saying?
They call that character assassination.
Well, they trying to make black people and other people feel like they ice. You know, like this shit is just frozen, and you're not going to benefit from any of your experiences. You just the outright psychopath, crazy ass motherfucker.
Because I always say, I would never be the man that I am today if it wasn't been for the man that I used to be.
Man, we all know that's true. Any human being know that that's true.
Cuse, got a question. Did you ever meet or interact with Geronimo Pratt?
Yeah, Geronimo Pratt was my friend. He was my friend. I used to let him buff on my bench. I had an area when I was in Donovan, and Geronimo Pratt came. The gang lieutenant thought I was Geronimo Pratt. He confused me with him. I said, I'm not Geronimo Pratt. So they were waiting for Geronimo, but he hadn't got out of R&R yet. So when he came, his best friend was a youngster from Venice Shoreline, a reputable Crip named Junebug. And Junebug introduced me to Geronimo, and he used to impart knowledge, just like all them other brothers were doing for it. He was a teacher. That's what he was. I seen him get transferred and go home. And it was all over the news. Johnny Cochran got him out.
Did you ever go to Hatcheby 4A?
I opened up to Hatcheby. Had my own yard, me and LaVille. They gave me and LaVille our own yard. And people were like, they said, well, who could come on y'all's yard? I said, anybody can come on me and LaVille's yard that is down and want to come outside and play. And so that was our standard. So we had Bosco on our yard. We had a mixture on our yard. CCOs. I think we had some Bloods on our yard. We had
was Pete Rack on their yard?
Oh, on our yard? Yeah. Nah, they had their own yard.
Okay.
They had their own. They invited me to their yard. Because you got to realize we got there when they were opening up yards. They were making yards. So they would read your C file and they would say, hey, we see that you're a leader and we're gonna give you and LaVelle a yard. So who could all come out on your yard without getting stabbed? And me and LaVelle said, we're not gonna stab anybody, but of course there was lots of stabbings on our yard. And we said, anybody can come to our yard that want to come to our yard. Like that. And so our yard was open. We had Hoovers on our yard. We had East Coast on our yard. We had Watts Crips on our yard. We had Compton on our yard. We had A-Tray Gangsters on our yard. We had Brims on our yard. Our yard was mixed.
Number one,
so
I got a question, man. You didn't come on here for everybody to look at you.
Nah, I didn't want to cut anybody off. You know what I'm saying? Just listening to that LGQ's history right there.
Cool.
Yeah, Big Devil still on?
No, I guess he lost his signal or he checked out.
Yeah, he was gone. No, I was just going to tell
he was on his lunch break.
Right on.
Well, I'm gonna check out you guys because I gotta get ready and go inside of here. But I just wanted to share a little about Mike because people hardly ever shared about him, and some people were inquisitive about it. So I thought I would share, some positive feedback on Mike, and hope he's getting well and healing up. Bless his family, his sisters, his brothers. I know he's loved by his family and stuff. So just get well, Mike. Get strong. Eat good. And you're always a good soldier to me.
All right, Cukes. Good looking out, bro.
All right, LG Cukes.
Enjoy.
All right, you brothers peace out. You brothers be cool.
All right, appreciate
it.
Devil, what up?
Yeah, I'm back.
There you go, Big Dad. What's up, homeboy?
Oh, shit, Devil.
Think I'm muted.
Cross. Yeah, well, next time, man, I'm gonna go on.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I ain't gonna hold up the show. We get it in next time, man. Salute to you, homeboy.
I forgot all. All right, I holla. Take it easy,
All
man.
right.